Okay, here we are. Let's see if you can hear me. Let me turn this down so that I can stop creating an echo for myself. If anybody wants to join, I'll post that info there in a moment. Let's see, there it is on my phone. Hello, beautiful people. All right, there's the stream going. Awesome, welcome. Lumina, welcome. Melinda Miller, welcome. So nice to have you guys here. Hey, W. Luna Bo. Thank you, Third I Am. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started then. Let me post the information. If you would. Oh. Okay. So some of you are new, some of you are not, and you know how this works. Let me, daytime location of your or twin's birth or date. There we go. Or date, time and location you met. Only post Q when your name is called. Okay. Let me see if I can get rid of a couple of characters here so that the information is correct without being, oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. All right, delete that part. Delete this part. Okay, there we go. Cool. Ta-da! I did it. Only took me like 15 minutes. Geez. Yay, you guys got the 444 stabilization numbers. Yeah, which amounts to 12. For some people, I know 12 was really significant, especially as we're walking into the 1212 gateway. Okay. Fantastic. So if you'd like to get a reading, that's how you do it. Cool. And then there's two people, Genevieve and High Bloom. If you're here, I received your payment, so we can go ahead and start with you. Lana, hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you are not subscribed to Lana, please do. Her energy healings are extraordinary. She does a kind of sound healing work both for you and your soul. She can also work with your twin and your twin's energy. Hey, SHS English too. Great, Genevieve. Glad you're here. Please post your info. So you see above where the last thing I said in the chat is the info that I need. Genevieve, please post it there. I'm not in my inbox. I should have said this, that I don't take prepayments, but I didn't, so it's not your fault. I don't take prepayments, and I'm not in my inbox when I do this because there's 4 other applications running across 2 different pieces of 2 different machines. So the inbox is the last thing I'm dealing with. So post your question and your details, my love, and we will go ahead and get to you first. Third I Am, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I see. Yes, I see I have something for Wendy. Here's my list so far. Um, High Bloom, SHS English, Chrissy, and then Wendy. That's who I've got on the list so far. So, um, and then Luna, thank you. I'll be on the lookout for that. I don't see it come in here, but I will be on the lookout for it as soon as it comes in. I'll add your name to the list. We're just waiting for Genevieve to post her question. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. But so Lana, back to Lana. Um, you guys definitely want to, perfect. I needed time, SHS English too. I needed time for that date. Can you give me what time of day it was, please? Morning, afternoon, night, within about 2 hours. I need a precise time within 2 hours to create a chart. Back to Lana. Check out her channel, click on her channel, subscribe to her. The way I'm doing live readings, she actually does live healings. And her live healings are out of this world. She just did one this past Saturday when the energy was so crazy, out of control, emotional, and I just wept. I wept through the entire healing. And I allowed myself to just receive whatever energy, my guides deemed was right for me and my connection as she healed, person after person after person, allowed their energy to just be restored and made whole. And any gaps and cracks in their aura filled in, any past life information that was ready to be integrated, brought that online. She's an extraordinary sound healer, and her energetic vibration is pure. It's like the purest, gentle love. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, get a healing from her. The things I've seen happen post healings that I've done with her, with my twin, has made me a complete believer. I absolutely know that she's tapped into things that actually help heal the connection. So I highly, highly, highly recommend. Let's do this. 3 a.m. Got it, SHS English. SHS English 2. You guys met on February 11th, 2018 at 3 a.m. I can only imagine that was an incredible party you guys met at. Or an all-night gym. That's awesome. Okay. Hattiesburg, Virginia. Okay. Okay, wait, why is it not finding it? Hattiesburg. Yikes, it doesn't like Hattiesburg. Okay, now I have to Google for something that's close to Hattiesburg because Hattiesburg does not exist in the software. So let me find what's close and update this list. Good. I'm glad that there's been lots of healing. Hattiesburg, Virginia. What is close? I don't know why Hattiesburg wouldn't be there because that's definitely a city that I'm even aware of. Hattiesburg. Let's see. Okay, this is definitely Virginia. Is it Virginia or is it West Virginia? Because even my Google Maps isn't pulling this up. Is it definitely Hattiesburg, Virginia? No, not the, I don't want the Veterans Affairs Clinic. I want Hattiesburg, Virginia, not Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Fascinating. Oh, New Orleans is close. It's in Mississippi. Okay, got it. I don't know why I thought Virginia. Wow. Okay. You are really on something special tonight. Mississippi. Let's do this. Yeah. That the software wants to play with. Here we go. Okay. So there's the info. I'm going to update the list after I finish this read. And then talk to me, SHS English 2, about your question. What is your one question for this reading? And let me get my timer together so I don't ride off into the sunset. Sometimes I can do that. What is your question? Okay. Let me go ahead and share the screen while you type your question. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for liking the video. For those of you who are new, welcome. I just posted the instructions on how to get a read. I have an opportunity to see him soon. Is this a good time for a reunion? Let's check it out. Okay. Share screen. Where is it? Okay. There we go. I don't need that up. I'm going to stay logged in there. Okay. So in your chart, for those of you that are new to me, I read Juno and Jupiter as the divine feminine and the divine masculine, respectively. For those of you who are not familiar with their mythology, you may want to Google it. There's one or two positive reviews, some negative. Here's her divine masculine, Jupiter here in Scorpio, and this union chart is what I call this chart. Here's Juno here in this union chart, looking like that blue thing here in Aquarius. Now, if we go ahead and create the transits for what's coming up, you're about to see him. Okay. You'll be just before him and behind him. He will be just before you and behind you. Okay. So, is it a bad time? No. Is it ever a bad time? No. Here's what I need everyone listening to understand. You have to trust your life. You have to trust your own intuition. You have to trust the way situations are aligning for you. The stars can influence, but they don't control. When I look at this, what this is saying to me is that it's going to feel like you two are close, but not quite. Whatever there means to you, you're not going to feel like you're quote unquote there yet. It's going to feel like a moment of so much potential and so much possibility between the two of you. It's not going to fully feel like, and now we will ride off into the sunset and make babies and live happily ever after. It's not going to feel like that. Will all of the magic that's always been there be there? Yes. Will all of the ways that the two of you have felt drawn and deeply connected and wanting each other and desiring to be connected be there? Absolutely yes. This is going to be a time when the two of you, each of you may feel a little bit reticent and somewhat, you could potentially feel somewhat like, oh, I don't know about this other person or how this is going to work, or it's a little bit of it's a pregnant pause moment is what this looks like to me. It's this energy a little bit of the words that came to me initially as I looked at the positioning of Juno and Jupiter in these charts was, we are at the same time too much and not enough for one another, which is absolutely a lie. That's a lie. And that is the way this is likely going to feel to you. Or it's one of the ways it could feel to you, I should say. So just keep that in mind, that when we get to these moments of what this is showing me, this kind of pregnant pause and this kind of energy of, I want this, I'm not enough. I want this, they're not enough. I want this, but what about the past? I want this, but blah, 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 blah. We get to those moments, especially this energy for each of you. You've got an eye on the future. He's anchoring an eye on self, and each of you need to swap lenses. is what's going on here. So he'll have a lot of attention on just like how his life is growing and what's going on in it and where he's at and what he's doing and blah, 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 blah. Your attention is most likely going to be on where is this going? Try not to push that conversation. Instead, get curious about how he's looking at the world and then invite him to just be curious about your lens as well. It's a great time to be curious about how the other person is stationed in their life, what's going on for them, how they're doing, etc. It's a great time to just connect and drop all expectations. And that's a read. There's my little timer telling me to please shut up. Right, my love. Okay, so next up we have High Bloom. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. SHS English 2 mini. Hi Bloom, you are next. I saw you made a lovely little payment. So go for it and place your question, Hi Bloom, and then we will dig in. So let me go ahead and you're welcome, SHS English 2. Let me go ahead and check the app and update my list really quick. See what's going on in here. Come on, Wi-Fi, you can do it. Okay, yep, I have that name. And then what about in PayPal? And for those of you who want to play, here are the instructions. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining and thank you everyone for your patience. It's such a pleasure to be able to hang out with you guys tonight. Okay, let's see. Who do we have on this list? All right. So Hi Bloom, my love, you are next. Wendy, I have you. Then I have Chrissy. Then I have my dear Lana. And then I have Cynthia. Okay. And that's our list for tonight. That is our list for now. If anyone else would like a read, list is super short and it is open. Let me come back to YouTube and find Genevieve's information. Okay. Or Hi Bloom. Hi Bloom. Hi Bloom. Hi Bloom. Hi Bloom. Hi Bloom. Okay, I don't see Hi Bloom yet. Okay. Cool. Yes, Genji, you can get a chart done. Hi Bloom. Lumina, wonderful. He's usually in your part of the world over the holidays. Will he reach out? I'm moving even further away next year, so I'm wondering if he'll ever find me and reach out. That's a great question, Lumina. My dear one, can you please post, thank you, Happy Twins. I super appreciate this. Let me go ahead and make you a moderator. Thank you. Thank you, Lumina. All right, Lumina, the chart I'm going to look at for this, let me see his chart, Lumina. Post his birth date and his location. If you have the time, post it. But if you don't post it, if you don't have the time, it's okay. But if you can post his birthday and his birth location, Hi Bloom, that would be great. Okay. Thank you all for your patience. And for those of you who missed it, thank you. That's super nice of you, Charlotte. So only hang for as much as you can or feel like it. Charlotte, do not feel like you need to hang out for any longer than feels good and comfortable and right for you. Thank you, Lumina. Here we go. Montreal. Okay. Let me, Canada. Mikael. Lumina Twin Mini and May 9th, 5, 9, 1975. Okay, and we'll use a sunrise chart. Okay, cool. So for those of you who are new, I only do one chart per reading. I don't look at all of the charts. If you want me to look at your chart, their chart, and your union chart, you would need to book a private reading. Just email me at chrysalismoon@gmail.com to get a private reading. There are 7 sessions left before December 15th. And then after that, we're looking at booking at the second half of December and then into 2020. Oh my gosh. Is he going to reach out? Let's see what's going on here. Let me set this timer so I don't ride off into the sunset. Probably not. Looking at his chart. Well, actually, we don't have the birth time, so I can't say for sure. Actually, he might. It's not. I don't like the way these are lining up. And then how is his Mercury stationed? Second from the sun. What's the third sign from the sun? Gemini, Cancer, with his North Node. Ugh. All right, so this is a person who looks like they struggle with communication anyway. Like just speaking up, opening up, like taking initiative on communication fronts. It just looks like it's tricky for them. Like that, this is not something that they do with ease, Lumina. So, based on the positioning of the planets just in his chart alone, he's not having a tougher time than usual, but he's still having a tough time. Here's what I'll tell you. It would actually be the right time for you to reach out to him. To just give a quick hello and be like, hey, I'm going to be around. I actually have to move soon. I would love to connect because our connection really matters to me. I'd love to connect face to face before I have to relocate. Is this something you'd be open to? I would put the onus of what you want in your hands and not look for it to live over there with him. The only reason I would, caveat emptor here, say let him reach out to you is if A, he blocked you, B, he said stop communicating with me, or C, you've reached out several times and he has not reached back and he is giving you red flags or stop signs. Those would be the situations in which I would say, yeah, let him reach out to you. But if none of those are true, then the onus of what you want needs to live inside your hands. And just based on looking at his chart, he's just got enough going on where he's not thinking about the fact that you could be somewhere else on the other side of the world and potentially not see him again for a very long time or communicate in the same way in a very long time. It's not on his mind because the universe has already put a steak and mashed potatoes and a hefty side of Brussels sprouts on his plate and said, deal with this. And you are like ice cream with a cherry on top, honey. So he's like, I can't even, how can I get to dessert? Well, I can't even deal with the dinner I've been laid. So, will he reach out? It doesn't look like it, not based on the stuff I'm seeing here, both in how he is built and in what's going on in his life. He might, but it may be too late for what you need given the external world circumstances in your life. So if you want it, go get it, girl. If you want it, go get it. That's what I got for you. And that's our read there. All right. So let me check our apps. Okay. He sounds about right. Autism, red flags, alcoholism. Okay. Hey, Stardust Divine, welcome. Jamie, I will check momentarily. Nicole, I will check. Hey, Debbie, Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like he could just have a lot of stuff going. Like he doesn't think in the way you think. If there's autism going on, he's definitely not thinking about things the same way you think about them. And that's okay, nothing wrong. But like I said, if he's giving you red flags, any of those three circumstances, hey, please leave me alone. Blocked you. Hey, I'm not going to respond to you after you've reached out multiple times. All of that is cause for pause, and a reason to not proceed. Okay. So getting back in here, what I have in terms of, Jamie, I do not have your payment, but let me just refresh. I see Nicole came through. Nicole, I recognize your last name, so I think I may have your chart. Let's just see here. Yeah, Jamie, I don't see it yet, honey. But that doesn't mean it's not coming. It just means I don't see it. Let me see. Winnie. Okay. Winnie, I see you. So here's our list so far. And if you'd like a personal reading, there are only a few left for December 1st through 15th. You want me to look at your chart, your twins chart, all of that, just email me at chrysalismoon@gmail.com and I will have a look at that stuff. All right, cool. Winnie, yeah, I have you on the list. Wendy is next, and then Chrissy, and then Lana, and then Cynthia, and then Nicole, and then Winnie. So it's a very short list. If you want to jump on it, you can. Wendy, can you please post your question? Okay, you have a silly question. You have done a union chart months ago. Can things on the chart change? Just wondering if it's worth asking for an update on Twin Flame. Yeah, totally, Nicole. It is worth. Hey, welcome, Dubsy. Hey, Stardust Divine. I will. Oh, he blocked you for a year. You had to let go. I really would like to do my chart. Got it. Cool. Okay, thanks, Wendy. Yeah, it's totally worth it, Nicole. Because here's the thing with a union chart. The union chart really shows when the two of you, it's the daytime and location the two of you met. When you have that, it's a chart that shows the moment the two of you came into a union energy, a singular energy field between the two of you was born in the moment of your first physical connection, right? So anytime the two of you make a new major milestone, the first time you have sex, the first time you kiss, or you broke up and you went away from one another for 6 months to a year, no communication, then you come back together. That sets up an entirely new set of energies that are now in play for the next significant cycle the two of you are in that includes that next significant step. So absolutely, you can update your union chart. You can use new union chart dates, anytime there's a new significant step. But if we're looking at the old chart, and that's a chart of energy of the two of you coming together, and it was this year, or in the last 3 months, then I wouldn't, Nicole, I wouldn't look, only because the energies are similar, but we can look at what's coming in 2020. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I really appreciate that. Oh, he blocked you 12 years ago. Well, you guys are in a different place now, Stardust. Okay, Wendy, 2nd February 1966. 221966 leads. Fellow from the UK. I love it. Charlotte's also in the United Kingdom. If you guys haven't gotten a reading from Charlotte, I highly recommend. You're one of 11 Sibs. Wow. I forgive my mom for not knowing the exact time. Yes, we will all forgive her for not knowing the exact time. Wow, Mom. Okay. Anything you can see about my twin flame journey, please. Okay. Let's see. Luna, have you met your twin yet? is my first question. Um, that's my first question is, have you two met yet? Let me share screen again. Let's see what's going on here. Bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Let's see, where is he stationed? Oh, he sits in Jupiter. Interesting. Okay, so next year is going to be a really interesting, sits in Gemini. Okay, next year is going to be an interesting year for the two of you. What's going on next year is a set of eclipses that begins on the Sagittarius Gemini axis, moving all of us out of duplicity consciousness, single, what is that? Unity consciousness, double consciousness to unity consciousness. And the twins really kind of lead the way on some of that as it pertains to relationships and love, but also as it pertains to whatever your area of expertise is in your world of work. For your divine masculine, I'm really seeing here a series of activations. It's eclipses are so interesting because some, depending upon where they fall in a person's chart, they can be like epiphany. I'm changing directions internally, or epiphany, or not epiphany. It can be interruption. My job is now moving me across the country. Eclipses can change so many things. And because Sagittarius and Gemini rule long distance and short distance travel, respectively, Sagittarius long distance, Gemini short distance travel, both of them are about communication, one about exploring, the other about landing on a singular truth. Next year for you two, for him, is going to feature some of those themes around A, travel and change, and then B, switching up some of the way he's doing communication stuff. With you, some of that is going to be true, but more so, this is more going to represent for you how you're managing a birth of spiritual information and your 3D world, not letting your 3D world slip through the cracks while you're spiritually blooming in some significant ways. And there will be some tension, it looks like, with regard to those, figuring out how to like make room for all of the downloads and all of the information and all of the learning that you want to have come in. How do I make room for this and still keep a job and still get sleep at night and still, take care of my family or show up for my kids? Some of that's going to be themes for you next year. So yeah, know that there's going to be some work stuff that comes up for both of you, but most of the way things are going to change between you is going to shift spiritually and in the world of communication as a result of those spiritual shifts. So that's the big thing that I see there for you guys next year. One thing I'd recommend for you, Luna, especially for anyone who's curious about astrology, it get a rectification chart done. I don't offer rectification chart services, but it's a way to get your birth time by working with an astrologer on when significant events happened in your life, and they can help you figure out what time of day you were born based on the happening of those significant events. So I highly recommend getting a rectification chart done. And then let's see. Thank you so much, Wendy. Chrissy, you're next. And then Lana, Cynthia, Nicole, and Winnie. And that's our list. Thank you so, so much. Oh, Charlotte, you're the best. Thank you. Yeah, Stardust Divine, PayPal should work. Venmo won't work if you are not in the US. And if you're trying to work it on a laptop, Venmo is a mobile only payment. Okay, Chrissy, are you third I am? I will, Jamie. Jamie, I just looked. Jamie, if your name is Jamie, it hasn't come through. Double check on your end to see that you sent you use the link. If you use something that wasn't the link, like if you tried to email me payment, it won't work. Um, okay, so third I am, you are Chrissy. Wonderful. All right. 21586, Pachogue, New York. Okay. Going through something, downward spiral addiction, running, quit school, transformation awakening. Okay, yeah, let's have a look. Awesome. Thank you, third I am. Got you. Share screen. Let's see here. 215. 215. 1956. Okay. And then birth time 4:24 p.m. Okay. And then New York, Patchogue. Okay. Let's get into this. All right. So, and yeah, Jamie, I didn't see it yet. But definitely double check it on your end to make sure that you you sent it to the right place. Double check all of the digits and all of the numbers in the link. Okay. 1986. Okay, got it. Thank you for catching that. Thank you. Third I am. Okay. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you want a twin flame reading, I have a handful of sessions left between now and December 15th. Definitely email me if you want to get one. Those twin flame readings will go very quickly, but it'll be you in your chart, your twin's chart, and it'll also be your union chart, which is the date, time, and location the two of you met. Okay. Yes, skis. I can see some addiction energy here for sure. Where's her moon? Right. The biggest thing I'm seeing here for her. Okay. So that's a Mars activation, but where's Pluto in the natal? Pluto in the natal. A 7 degrees Scorpio. Okay, 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 okay. Yes. She's struggling. She's struggling big time. Third I am, it actually looks like there may be some stuff that happened in her childhood that had to do with trauma that's resurfacing for her that she is angry about. And she's not really able to talk about it at this time. But don't, if you can, like, this is going to be a period of time and a test for you. If you can, um, stand by her, like hold her hand. You're going to have to be willing to reach out every week without this person not reaching back to you, not communicating clearly with you. Try not to push because you don't want to wander into the territory of getting blocked or being told to go away. But the gentle check in, the comedic, meme, the comedy video, the light, gentle things that you can do to just remain a tether to the 3D world. Because yeah, she is going through it. She's got to go through it until about, let's see, February. Let's see what's going on. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's just check in about February. See if these moved. Yeah, she's in a much different place by February, but December and January are just, they're just tough. They're really tough for her. Um, I mean, not to mention if she's in the northern hemisphere, there's just a lot of darkness right now, and she could have seasonal affective disorder, which can cause people to just be really down with the winter depression. So, yeah, she's having a tough time. It's not a spiritual awakening. She's dealing with some stuff from her past that's causing her to feel um, just sad, mad, and angry. Really sad, mad, and angry. Um, yeah, yeah. It's a reckoning around some of her personal power, things that she felt like got taken away from her. And it's less of a spiritual awakening, more of an emotional awakening, where some of what she's going to be doing is needing to figure out how to forgive herself for what happened to her. Um, Please release me from that energy. Release me from that energy. Cleanse, cleanse, and healing, healing, healing. Healing light. I would definitely, in your case, I would actually get a healing for her, both from Lana and from Charlotte. We spoke about Lana earlier. Charlotte does spirit release therapy. I think that could actually go a long way. Um, won't discuss our son with me. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Charlotte, can you post the link to how Third I Am can get the SRT done with you? Because I think that based on what I just saw, I think SRT is a really great solution. And then Lana, can you also, if you're still here, Lana, can you please post a link for how Third I Am can get a healing from you as well? That would be really helpful. Because the two of you just, I think the SRT for her, Third I Am, and then the twin flame healing as well, from Lana. I think both of those are going to help the two of you stabilize some of this energy and transmute more of it so that it's a little less heavy. But yeah, she's having a tough time. Having a tough time, my love. I'm so sorry to see that. Lana, she's going to post her link. Let me just see real quick. Here. Yeah, I want her to heal, but I don't want to heal her energy for her. I can't do that for her. That's something my guides have told me very clearly. They were like, once you tap into that stuff, you have to release it. You cannot hold it. But part of the way I read is tapping into the energy. So, and you can't hold it either. That's not going to serve you. You actually have to be sending her love, sending her light vibration. You can't take that in. Neither of us can. That's not going to help her for us to take that in and absorb it off of her. You have to keep sending love and have to keep shielding so that, and I do stuff like create a grounding cord. We want to transmute that love, send it back to the light, all of that. But you get the idea here. It's not about repelling or rejecting her. It's about knowing that I can't be the vessel via which she receives a healing. That's not what this is. um Yeah, it is heavy, Third I Am. It's super heavy. Um, so get these healings. Check out Charlotte and then check out Lana. The two of them can really support you. Lana, my love, I'm going to pull up your chart. What question can I answer for you, dear one? You were next on the list. And then Cynthia, Nicole, and Winnie. Okay, got it. I see what I'm looking for here, Lana. Here we go. Uh, okay. Got it. Oh, my dear. Okay, this is good information, Lana. All right, just for you. For anyone else, I would not look in the email inbox for them, but just for you, I'm totally gonna I pulled that up for you. Cynthia, please get your question ready, and then Nicole. Um, yeah, salt water and salt baths. Also, third AM, if it's getting heavy for you, you can take the salt water and the salt baths as well. Because that energy is looking for a place to dock. Charlotte can explain it better than I can, but that energy is looking for a place to expand and grow. And you can't be that, and neither can I. No one needs to expand that. We need to actually transmute that. So, okay, Lana. Um, Let me get this information in here, my love. Um, y'all have the same birthday, Lana? Jeez, lady. Jeez, that's some. Um, yeah, I'm sure Charlotte just checked because that's how Charlotte rolls. She just looks. She's like, she'll go in there and be like, let me see what's going on. I'm sure Charlotte just checked for you and is telling you what she's seeing. Like, yeah, we need to clear her. Charlotte, I know you also have like a list for volunteers if people are like, oh, like I want to do it, but if you could post any information and Lana, any information about the healings that you offer, because we're just in a period of time where people need the healings as we approach the 1212 portal and the 1225. Um, okay, Lana, the first meeting, 28 October 2019, 12 p.m. Was this in Mexico? Where I need a city. Um, okay. 12 October 28th, 10, 28, 2019, 12 o'clock p.m. Um, okay. Cool. I just need a city, my dear Lana, and then we can roll on. Jamie, I'm going to double check for you, babe, while we're waiting on Lana. And then anyone who wants to get on the list, let me just repost this for you. Yeah, it is a time where people really need healings. Um, I mean, I can feel I need it. Um, Mexico City, got it. Okay, cool. Cool. Mexico City. Okay, let's just see. Okay. Share screen, share screen, share screen. Okay, cool. So right now we have Lana, Cynthia, Nicole, and Winnie, and we're on Lana right now. If anyone else would like to join the list, you're more than welcome. Okay. Um, Interesting date. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing about the day that the two of you met, Lana, is that it was right after a full a new moon. So a new moon in Scorpio, and as you know, Scorpio is transformation and alchemy. It's actually like the death point, the chrysalis point, where a thing is neither the caterpillar nor the butterfly, where the thing is not alive and it's not on the other side of life. It is that in between. Scorpio new moon here, Venus, Pallas, and Mercury all sitting tightly together in Scorpio. This is a healing energy around communication. It is deeply loving. And might I add, Miss Lana, it is very sexy. This is a very sexy energy in this chart. It is supremely, there's like a real, I see there's a charge. There's a lot of chemistry here. And I like it. I like it a lot. Juno, the divine feminine, is in the last degrees of Virgo, having a conversation about discernment and dedication. Who am I? What am I doing? What is it? What's it all here for? How do I make this work? What's the right step at the right time? North Node in Cancer, talking about that emotional vulnerability. South Node in Saturn, indicating where it's time to break down false beliefs and structures that are no longer serving you, so that you can get to the point of being more deeply and richly connected to your purpose on the earth. He's having a conversation here with Ceres. It looks like he may have just gotten out of something. Um, let's see. Did he just get out of something? What does this say? He may have just gotten out of something. And that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He may not be open, but honey, can I see this man is curious? And there's just the right amount of tension and like connection here in this energy in this chart. Sun opposite Uranus. You two were a surprise to one another. There's definitely this energy of, I did not expect to meet you. Like there was a lot of stuff going on in my life, but this wasn't on the agenda. It wasn't on the menu. It was not on the schedule. I didn't ask for you. But here you are is sort of the energy. And so, have fun. It does look like it has a lot of potential. Let's just see where it's going with these last 60 seconds as we get out into the beginning of retrograde energies in 2020. Mhm. 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 Yeah. There's a bit of an interesting dance where the two, like, you're interested in what this is teaching you, and he's like seeing that this is helping him become more of who he's meant to be. So there's support here. You guys are supporting one another in some really interesting ways. Really interesting ways. I don't know, girl. Keep me posted. That looks yummy. That looks lovely. It looks like a wonderful, wonderful connection. A little bit of tension, but a wonderful connection. Okay, so that's Lady Lana. All right, Cynthia, Nicole, and Winnie, if you could post your question, and then Jamie, I'm still looking for you, babe. I'm in this payment app, and I don't see you. See what else is going on in these payment apps. And then anyone who's new who wants to play, you are more than welcomed. I would be honored. Nope, not at all, Jen. Go for it. You can post. Okay, so we did Winnie, and we've got Nicole. All right, and then let me check this other payment app. See what's going on in here. Yeah, I don't have it, Jamie. I don't have anything from you here, sweetheart. I do not have anything from you, my love. Okay. Okay, Jen, sounds good. Let's see. All right. So Cynthia, Nicole, actually, Cynthia, I can see you're actually not here, but Nicole, if you want to go next, and then Winnie, and then it'll be your turn, Jen. Um, that would be fantastic. Cool, cool. Nicole, you are next, lady love. So yeah, I'm curious. Okay, and twin flame will reach out. You have done our union chart before. We last communicated 622. If that matters. Okay, yeah, let's have a look. If he might reach out. I believe you are under Nicole C in my saved charts. Name Nicole C. Nicole C. Okay. Now, Nicole, I have your chart here. Um, let's see what's going on in your chart. Let me share the screen. All right, Nicole, just based on your chart. And if anyone has a second question and you want to go a second time, you are more than welcome to do that. More than welcomed. Oh, there you two are sitting together in Virgo. These are some of the easiest and the hardest to bring together. So, like when Jupiter and Juno sit together, it's like it's so easy that people like we accidentally make it hard when it's not hard at all. Um, but eighth house is alchemy and transformation, so that's tricky. Let's see. Let me close out of that and come back. Ah, there you guys are. Hi. Um, cool. You've done multiple healing sessions. You've begun mediumship. That's awesome. You're hoping some energy has shifted. Yes, Ekaterina, you can ask a question. There is a list, and you just need to make your payment, and then I can add you to the list. Um, cool. All right. So you gotta reach out. Possibly. Very possible. It might not be till the new year, but yeah, it does look like he's thinking about it. According to your chart. Um, Now, if you wanted to look more into this, we'd have to do a full reading with your chart, his chart, and the union chart. But yeah, according to your chart, it does look like he's thinking about this for sure. Looks like both of you are. What's nice when you see Jupiter and Juno sitting in the exact same sign like this is that they end up providing this kind of like moving at the same pace, ready at the same time kind of energy. So, and this is you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. No one's gonna like what I'm about to say, but it needs to be said nonetheless. If he's not ready, you also are not ready. There's stuff to be doing on your end too. Has your energy shifted? Absolutely. I can definitely see that here. You're in a far more balanced place than you've ever been. And you've learned so much. You're now in a place to start teaching about what you've learned. Um, and he grew a lot this year too. He grew a lot. All the divine masculines did when Jupiter went retrograde from April to August. They all grew a ton. You may not see the growth, but you'll see it in 2020. You won't, it, for a lot of them, you're not going to see it this year. You'll see it next year, but it'll start to feel and look like they're different people with different vibration in a different place. But yeah, you've shifted a lot. Um, uh, Nope. La Luna, you can get a reading. Queen Glitterbum, you can get a reading too. Happy Twins, 1111 just posted Happy Twins. You're the best. Thank you so much, Charlotte of Happy Twins. I really appreciate it. Okay, Katerina, I will look. Oh, I see you. Thank you. Jamie, you did it, girl. I got it. Thank you. I gotcha. Okay. Uh, hang on one second. Okay, cool. Cool. Well done, Jamie. Okay. Jamie, Ekaterina, online service, Sane Girls. Okay. So we have some new people who have joined us. So yeah, Nicole, that's what I would say. Is he going to reach out? In 2020 is when it most likely will happen. But if he reaches out before then, fantastic. I'm going to say to you what I said to someone else earlier. If unless if what you want is communication, if what you want is connection, if what you want is to feel closer, then the onus of your desires is in your hands. Now, there are three exceptions to that. One, they've blocked you. Don't reach out if they blocked you. Two, they straight up told you, please don't talk to me. I'm trying to focus on my marriage right now. Or please stop talking to me. This is too intense. Then respect that. Out of the love you have for them, respect the way they said to love them. The third one is if they're giving you all of the red lights, they're not responding. They're very, very slow to respond. Um, you ask about how they feel and they respond about the weather. Um, and this goes on for a period of time. They're giving you lots of red lights and stop signs, then don't reach out, obviously. Like, use your common sense. But if you want to be connected, then be connected, Nicole. If you want to talk, talk. If you want to be close, be close. But otherwise, it looks great. It looks great. It looks like you've learned a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Nope, Queen Glitter Bum. I don't do that anymore because too many people were skipping out on paying the PayPal fees, Queen Glitter Bum. And I just can't keep paying PayPal fees for people. So no, you can't use that email anymore. You actually need to use the paypal.me link or the Venmo. Venmo's a mobile payment app. And so you can only use it on mobile. You can also only use it in the US. Otherwise, you have to use the PayPal link. But I no longer accept fees with my PayPal email. So there's that. Winnie, you're next. And then let me update this list because there are, and that's fine if you don't really like that policy, you don't have to love it. I run my business the way I need to run it. And you can run yours the way you want to run yours. Some people don't love that, and that's fine. That is fine. Cool. Yeah, the only fees that I pay at this point are the fees for people who are international because I can't get around those. You pay, I pay, we all pay. Welcome from Mexico. Oh, happy twins, really? Okay, hang on. Thank you. I didn't realize. One moment. Let me correct my PayPal link. Let's see what's going on over here. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Let me see, because I might have deleted something accidentally when I pasted it. No, it's there. It's there. I just clicked on my link and it totally turns up for me. Charlotte, can you test it? Would you be willing to test it for me and just tell me if you see it? Thank you, Queen Glitterbum. I appreciate it. Try that, Queen Glitterbum. I totally get it, Queen Glitterbum. I'm not saying you like to get around fees. I'm saying people were doing that. It wasn't on the live readings at all. It was in private sessions that people were doing it. I was like, you know what? I can't with this anymore because PayPal is taking too much of my money. Okay. 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 Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me maybe update. Yeah, it's so bizarre, right? Let me just momentarily update this. Okay. Like I said, Venmo is a mobile payment app that only works in the US and only on mobile, but you can use PayPal. Okay, let me do this and then do that. Okay, that should work going forward, those two links. books. Ekaterina booked. I got hers. Ekaterina's here. She's right after Winnie. Thank you guys for your patience and letting me work out the tech issues. I feel like I'm having a personal Mercury retrograde over here. Okay. Now let's see what's going on. Okay. Jamie, Sane Girls, online service. Hmm. And let me see. Okay, and Ekaterina. Okay, so Winnie, you're next, and then thank you, everyone. Okay, Winnie. Okay, cool. Winnie, post your information for me, and I'll go ahead and get the chart started for you. You just paste it. You just paste it, LaLuna. You paste it when it's your turn. You just paste the information when it's your turn, but just don't paste it before that. Okay. Genji is saying girls. Okay, got it. Cool. It's not your turn yet, Jen, but I will call you when it is. Winnie, are you still here, my love? Please do, because I can't do email and this at the same time. Queen Glitterbum, you are Jillian. Okay, thank you, Queen. I appreciate it. I see you. Queen G equals Jillian. Thank you so much. Okay, cool, Winnie. Will you please post your thing for me? Yuling Les, if I filled in with the PayPal sent, do I have to paste it here again? Yes, you do. Don't put it in PayPal. Thank you for asking. That's a wonderful clarifying question. Do not put your details, your personal information in PayPal. Don't put your personal information in Venmo. Post your information here when your turn is called. Okay, cool. Let's hook this up. Winnie Minnie. This worked for me in 2020 with my DM. Okay, cool. We'll have a look at that. Okay. And then Deborah jumped on the list. Okay. My date of birth. Okay. What's up with reconciliation? Okay, so you are July 8th. You're a Cancer. February 8th. He's a Pisces or an Aquarius. Time unknown, location. Debbie, I have you. Thank you. Okay. Let's look at his chart for this. So I would recommend also, Dubsy, that we do a personal, because I would want to see the union chart to really nail what I'm about to tell you to confirm that it's accurate. I'd want to see your chart and I'd want to see his chart, but let's look at his chart for now, and just see Tarzana. Tarzana. Here we go. All right, Dub C. Cool. Happy twins. Thank you. I know it's late there. So whenever you're ready to sign off, lovely, you are more than welcome to. It looks like he's getting in the ready state. It's interesting. It looks like for whatever reason, his chart is showing me that something about you vibrationally shifts this year. And it's as you move through that shift, he gets readier and readier to reconnect. I don't know what it is. I'd have to look at your chart to know what it is that vibrationally shifts. But you see here, you in Libra, the divine feminine in Libra. Libra is a sign of balance, justice, fairness, harmony. Um, Equality and equity. And so she's also, it's also a sign of partnership. And because the divine feminine is going to sit in Libra for 11 months, what you have here is this energy of the divine feminine just balancing, 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 balancing herself. But that changes your vibration. And because your vibration shifts, you get to a place where vibrationally he feels you so different that he's like, oh, I really want to reconnect with her. But it's out of the fact that vibrationally you shift, 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 shift. So, whatever you're doing to focus on yourself right now, keep doing it because that's what's causing this to get closer and closer and closer. Um, is you having that kind of vibrational shift go on. Okay. You're doing great. I would say you're doing great. No doubt, don't get me wrong. I'm sure he needs to change. I'm sure he needs to grow. I'm sure he needs to shift. I'm not putting it all on you. But what I am saying is that when you go about the business of shifting, it shifts the entire connection. Um, because the two of you are so deeply connected as twins. So, okay, you're out. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Sweet dreams. Nope, the list isn't closed, MY. You can still join, babe. You can still join. All right, so that's what I have for you, Dubsy. For a better, more accurate, and clearer look, Dubsy, I would recommend that we do a personal reading at some point. So I can look at your chart, I can look at his chart, I can hear your story and understand how the two of you have been using the energies leading up to this point. And based on my ability to look at that and hear that, I can say, okay, so here's how I see, given the momentum you've built, here's how you can either shift directions or how you can use the energy that's coming to land in a particular place. So, okay. Ekaterina, it is your turn. Um, yes, D, you can, and MY, so can you. Just go ahead and post. The list is Ekaterina, Jamie, Genji, online service, Jillian, Deborah, and Melanie. And the information is right there. So, thank you once again, Charlotte. It was such a pleasure to have you on. Such a pleasure. You really and truly have been such a help and a gift and a light in my life. Okay, after Katerina is Jamie and then Sane Girls. Cool, Dubsy. If you want a personal reading, just email me. There's a handful left before December 15th, and then after that, we're looking at December 16 through 30th. Yeah. So if you want a personal reading, just email me and you'll get an autoresponder with all the details. Um, and that autoresponder will tell you what it is you need to know about how to book. Okay, so we just added Mia and Michaela to the list. Jamie, if you're ready, go ahead and post your question. I believe, Jamie, I have your chart. Let's just see. Hi, Michaela. I did get your payment, hun. Thank you. I got it. MY. It's okay, Katerina. Take your time. We're just going to keep the list moving. Get your questions ready, everyone, so that when I call your name, we can kind of have a seamless flow of one read to the next. And then as soon as your name is called, um, just paste your question. Katerina, take your time. Jamie, if you have your question ready, go ahead and post. And if not, we'll have Gen G post if Gen G is ready. Katerina, Jamie, and Gen G. And then online service, Queen G, and then Deborah. You three are in the next set. Hmm. Okay, so let me, while our girls are typing, please get your questions ready, all six of you. Let me just double check what's going on here in the payment apps. We have Michaela, and then where's that? Okay, and then Jelly. Great. And then let me see what's going on here in Venmo. List is still open if anyone would like to join. Thank you, Mia. I've got you, girl. And then Melanie. Okay, yeah, I had Melanie on the list. Okay. MY, what is your name? What is your Venmo name? Okay. Got it, Ekaterina. What's your question? And then I'll figure out which chart to use. Okay. And so yes, Ekaterina, Jamie, and then Jen G. We'll do whoever posts their question and info first. Then it's online service, Queen G, and then Deborah. Will we have a reunion together in this lifetime? Okay, so I can't answer that question. That's not something I can tell you. The stars can influence us, but they don't control us. So it's up to you how you're using the energy. Catherine Markowitz. Okay, just if you want to use the Venmo, you have to download the app on your phone and set it up that way. Otherwise, you can use the PayPal, and under the PayPal, you can, just send it that way if that's easier. Yep. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, my love. Ekaterina, back to you. S-twin mini. Looks like 1026. He's a Scorpio. 619. You are a cuspy Cancer. Are you a Cancer? Both water. Well, we have reunion, right? So I can't answer that question, Ekaterina. The stars do not control us, they influence, and how you work with the energy is up to you. Some people have reunion energy that comes for them, and they're still, you know, 2, 3, 4 years behind in a divorce that was supposed to take place, ages ago, and they just never pulled the trigger. So, can they have a reunion? Well, yeah, if the wife and you and him want to be in an open relationship, sure, that's a type of reunion. That's just an example, right? But I don't know how he's going to use his energies. I don't know how you're going to use it either. So if you want to give me a different question, I'm happy to answer that. But we can also just take a peek at what's going on in his chart. Your Venmo is Mia. Got it. Thanks, Alive and Thrive. All right, cool. I will have a look. Okay, Sherry Lewin. Okay. Gemini. Okay, got it. Oh, I think you're on a delay. Okay. Okay. Let's just look at his chart, my love. I'll look at his chart and just see what's going on here for him so that we don't hold up the list too much. Okay. Because I see there's a little bit of a delay on your end, and that's all right. Sometimes that happens. Excuse me. 1026. 26. 1980. 1 a.m. Oh, he was born in New Jersey. He's a Jersey boy. Okay. Let's just go with that. Okay. And then after I do a Katerina, Jamie, it's going to be your turn. So please get your question and all of your details ready for me. All right. So Katerina, what I see here going on in his chart, since I can't tell you for sure that, you're destined to have a union. Um, okay. Yeah. We'll peek at him. Cool. What I can see. Woo. Okay. So Katerina, heads up, next year, big year for him. Very big year. He's got a Gemini moon, and you are a Gemini. Okay, right. I caught that. Listen, the sun moon connection between two people is one of the most significant kind of draws that there is, especially when the man is the sun and the woman is the moon. Um, when you have, and that's classic astrology, obviously, if you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or curious or questioning, there's, you got to work with the energy in a different way. But according to classic astrology, the sun moon connection is one where both people feel it so significantly that it's very, very, very difficult to let it go. Hey, Queen Intuitive Al, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. So the pull is real for sure. Um, and so it's very real. He certainly feels it as the moon person in the connection. Both of you are going to go through a series of significant changes in 2020. Um, in the arena of him, communication, and career. I don't have your chart in front of me, so I don't know for sure what it's going to be for you. I'd recommend getting a personal reading done to know for sure how it's going to work for you. But um, yeah, it's take some deep breaths because next year is going to be a big year. Lots of transformation for you and him in a very good way, moving both of you toward the direction of your north nodes. Now I see he has um, a north node in Leo. So part of his ongoing life lesson has to do with self-sovereignty. One of the things he is trying to learn his whole lifetime long is how to put himself on his own throne and how to lead, um, how to be a true leader and stand for what his heart is calling him to do. So next year is going to be a year of experiences that'll come from the outer world that will help him get there. Okay. So exciting time. Very exciting time. All right, cool. So thank you, Alive and Thrive. That is so generous of you. I super appreciate it. Let's just update this really quick. All right, cool. Uh, thank you so much, Alive and Thrive. Michelle Gonzalez, I see your name here as well, so I'm adding you. And then let's just see. Okay, cool. So, Jamie, you're next. Can you please? Thank you, Bree. What's up, babe? I'm so happy to see you here. Oh, I miss you. I miss you, and I miss Queen, and I miss Elantra, and I miss Soul to Soul, and Marie. Let's blow up her phone and be like, when are you going live? We need you to go live, Marie. um, totally. Empress Rui, I miss all of y'all. Nana, I miss all of you guys. So thank you for showing up just to say hey. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see you guys. We need to ask Marie when she's going live. Okay. Um, all right. So, Jamie, where is your question, Jamie? After Jamie, then there's Gen G. Gen G, if you're ready, go ahead and post your question. And then online service, get your question ready. Start typing it now and all of your details now. So that we are rolling from one reading to the next. Let me go ahead and repost the info for anyone who's ready to who wants to get on the list. Where's your twin at in your union? Okay, cool. Let's have a look at it. Jamie, do you have, can I get the date, time, and location the two of you met? You're welcome, Ekaterina. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who's waiting so patiently, who's joined in, who's just hanging out and sending love and high vibe energy. I really appreciate it. It hasn't come through yet, La Luna, but I will check after this next reading, but it has not come through yet at all. Um, I have not seen that name yet. Okay. Um, cool. So thank you. Special blessings to all of you who are here with me tonight. It's big energy, and I gotta say, I'm just so impressed with the Twin Flame Collective. Like each of you is working so hard to make movement in your own individual lives to become better people, and I'm just so blown away by that. Jamie, date, location, and time the two of you met. Can I get that? I'm sure you're probably typing it. I don't know why I'm telling you that again. Um, but Jen G, if you are ready, if you could paste your stuff, that would be great. Because I'll just work with you until we get the info we need from Jamie. Hmm. You have his birthday. Okay. That's cool. We'll work with his birthday, hon. We will work with his birthday. You can't remember the day. Okay. Can you tell me, Jamie, where he met? Okay, so guys, um, when I read for you, I'm going to need the date, the time, and the location. And I really want you to have this stuff ready so that we don't have these long gaps in between each person's reading. Type it out, get it ready, because that and that way I can get to each person faster. Start typing your questions, save it in your notes app, and then when I call your name, paste your information for me so that I can roll from one reading to the next. Um, cool. And that way things we can get to your turn faster. If everyone's doing this, I can get to your turn faster. That's okay if you don't have the time he was born. That's totally fine, Jamie. And so after Jamie, there's Jen G, then online service, and then Queen Glitterbum. You four start getting ready now. Okay. Let's go ahead and back to Jamie, who just had his birthday. Um, it's okay if you don't have the time he was born. I would need the location. Okay. So Jamie, we're gonna come back to you. Um, we're going to come back because I need you to. Here's what I'm going to need where he's at in this union. I need to know his day, time, not time, but day and location of birth. Um, just all in one. Make it easy for me. Put where he was born all in one. I have pieces of the union. I have pieces of your birth. I have pieces of his, but I don't have everything I need to read a singular chart. Um, so we're going to come back to you. Let's see, Gen G. I just want to know what's going on with my journey. My birthday is this, his birthday is that. I need the location of the birthdays. And if you have your birth time, Jen, I need that. What would be most useful in your case is to do your union chart, which is the date, time, and location the two of you met. Okay. That's okay, Jen. Just send me your union chart information, the date, time, and location the two of you met. Okay. Jamie and Genji, we're going to come back to you too. Online service, you're next. And then Queen Glitterbum. It's okay, Jen. Take your time. I just need to keep the list moving. So we're gonna come back to both of you. Just make sure you paste it all in one chat communication. Date, time, location. And if you don't have time, it's okay, but I need the date and the location of their birth. For your union chart, I definitively need a time. I have to have a time to read the union chart of the time you met. Within 2 hours is all it has to be. Just but within 2 hours when you met. Okay. Um, cool. Online service. Where are you at, babes? Where are you at? Julie Moore, I'm checking for you. I'm seeing if you came through on the PayPal. I still don't see you, Julie Moore. I still don't see you. I'm closing and reopening my PayPal to see if maybe that changes things. No, Julie Moore, I don't see you. Make sure you're using the correct link, everyone, below. Um, okay, Jamie, got it. Okay, cool. Okay, the Jamie X Twin Mini online service, my love. Get yourself ready because you and Gen G are next. 516, 516, 1974, Kuwait City, Kuwait. Now, I have read for someone else who was born in Kuwait City, and I believe, yeah, my app does not know where Kuwait City is. What's the closest thing to Kuwait City? I don't know why you would not have the capital of Kuwait in an app not there. That makes absolutely no sense to me that my app is like this, but shark, no. What about mirror? All right, what do you want me to use? They only have 4 cities for Kuwait in here. None of them are Kuwait City. But I remember researching this. There's one time zone for Kuwait City. So we'll work with that. Okay. There we go. Thank you once again, everyone, for your patience. I'm really honored that you find readings from me useful enough to be as patient as you're being. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dig in. Okay. Jamie says, Jamie, what is your question? Where's your twin at? Okay, here's his birthday. I don't know where he's going to be at regarding your union, but I do know where he's at in terms of his life right now is being, and we don't actually have his birth date, so, or his birth time. So let me get back to a sunrise chart there. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so where he is at is moving in a direction of things he feels like he needs to do to get his life on track. I'm picking up a really strong vibe of him feeling like his life is off track as I look at this, and that there's just a lot that he feels like he needs to do, should be doing, hasn't done, is behind on, needs to get up on. Um, there's a lot that he feels like he needs to be doing, and his plate feels a little bit full as I look at this, especially when you see this stack of energy out here in Capricorn. Wherever Capricorn is in anyone's chart, that plate is full. Um, so if you know the birth time of a person, you can know which house they're dealing with a little bit of overload in. Um, because we don't have his birth time, we can't say which house in his case. So try not to make it personal or about you. It's not. But it looks like much of what he is doing, and this is interesting because I've been seeing a lot of this as I've been talking to my guides and looking at the transits for 2020, a lot of the divine masculines are moving into a place where their work is it's the work of like, okay, I got it. This connection is this is what it means to me. This is how I feel with this person. uh I'm aware of this deep love, this particular type of vulnerability, this kind of connection, and now I need to rectify my life. I need to get my life into in the kind of alignment that's going to allow this kind of love, connection, whatever to exist. um so that's a lot of things for a lot of divine masculines is that kind of energy. Now, I don't know where in his life that rectification is going on, like I said, but he is going through a rectification and getting pulled toward what it is he's meant to be doing. All of that is starting to come full circle for him, starting to be expressed for him as he moves into next year's energy. Next year's going to be a really big year for him. I don't know if he's going to be super focused on the connection. He may be. Um, he may be. I don't. Mm, it would take him a lot of focus to try and redirect his attention over to this connection, given what it looks like is heavy lifting in his life at this time. It doesn't mean you don't matter. It doesn't mean that he's not deeply connected to you. It doesn't mean that this is never happening. It just looks like he's just trying to get his life in order. And it's like, it's like finals week and you also work a part-time job and you're trying to figure out, how you're going to move off campus at the same time when you're in school. The energy is very much like that, where it's like all those things are going on. And yeah, I don't really have time to focus on my girlfriend right now. It's a little bit like that. So don't take it personal. He's just trying to get his life to a really solid place. All right, Genji online service and Queen Glitterbum. Um, all of that is what's going on. You four are next. Genji online service, Queen Glitterbum. Please start typing your questions if you haven't already, or paste them. You guys should have already typed them. Please paste them. Those who should start typing now are Melanie, Deborah, Mia. Start typing your question now, and the date, time, and location that we would need. Genji, I want to know what's going on in my twin flame journey. Okay, cool. We can have a look at that. Here's that information for anyone who wants to join. List is still open. Birthday is we met here. I don't have his birth time. Believe he was born in LA. All right, then we'll look at his chart because that's the complete set of information. So pay attention to the second piece here. Let me just show you guys. Share screen. Let's see. What we need to do is here. And there, what we need is there. And then what we need is the charts. Okay, so I'm going to show you on my screen really quick what my software looks for. So I need, in order to create a chart, I need a city and a country, and I need a date and a time. So when it comes to your turn, please have those 3 pieces of information already typed out with your question for whichever chart you want me to read, yours, theirs, or your union chart, which is when you two met. City, country, date, and time. I have to have all 3 pieces of information in order to create a chart. Okay. The only time I can work without the time is if it's their birth chart, or yours if you don't have it. I can work without the time there, but to read the union chart, I need that kind of thing. Okay. Only post your question when your name is called, Eileen Galez. Only post when your name is called, my love. Okay, so moving on. Gen G. Benji's twin, 12/16/1975. Happy birthday to your twin, Genji. No birth time, fine. He was born in LA. See how quickly this can go when I have all the information? All right. After I'm done reading Gen G, online service, then Queen Glitterbum and Deborah, all of you should already have your question and the details I need already written out somewhere else. You can just paste it into the chat, okay? Melanie, Mia, and Michaela, start getting your questions ready and your details. All right, so Genji, where is he at? Wait, what did you say? What's going on? I can't tell you what's going on all the way, but I can tell you what's going on with him. To know what's going on all the way, I would need your chart, his chart, and the union chart. I'd look at them all together. I only do that in private readings, so feel free to get one. There's a couple more sessions available between now and December 15th. Now, he's experiencing a big rebirth. He just had Jupiter and Venus conjunct the galactic center of the universe, and Jupiter start to cut his chart ruler. Oh, we don't have chart ruler. Damn, because we don't have his birth time. All right, but Jupiter start to emerge just past his sun in what would be considered his second, the second sign from his sun. So there's a lot of this year, this coming year, a lot of rebirth of self-esteem energy that comes with a lot of hard work. He's going to be working really hard this year to make a lot of his dreams come true, to focus on a lot of the things he feels called to do in his life. And as a result of that, he's going to be building his self worth, his self esteem, and some of his finances. It also looks like, again, Sag Gemini eclipse season that starts in July. That's going to be huge for him. He's going to be moving through a period of time with that Gemini moon and Sag sun where life is going to send him some changes, some that will be external, many that will be internal as well, that are going to force him to move into new places. So, one of my favorite astrology mentors has said, these are periods of time when people can like quit drinking cold turkey. They're periods of time where people who have been vegan for years can go back to eating meat. Or the opposite can be true. Even aside from that, it can be external changes where you suddenly get a new job elsewhere, or where you suddenly, something shifts in your external world that forces you to reorganize your whole world. So keep in mind that his much of what's going on for him is going to be shifting next year, and that's going to relocate how he thinks of this connection. You are approaching his north node. That's a very exciting place for you to be. If you want to go deeper into this, I'd really need to do a private reading with you. But that's about as much as I can do in a mini with the information I have. Okay, only post your information when I call your name. Okay, thank you so much, Lana. I appreciate it. Okay, you're in no contact. I don't know that it's going to shift next year, but I would have to look at the other charts to know, to see for sure. Jen, it looks like next year he's just trying to get his head on straight, honestly. Because it looks like he's come out of a period of time where there are just some tougher energies in his life. And now he's moving into a period of time where he's like, okay, I can breathe. My head's above water. It's now time for me to rebuild some of the things that I feel like I've lost, reshape some of the things that aren't working. Um, he may get in contact next year. I'm not really sure. Online service, Queen Glitterbum and Deborah. Who of you is ready? Okay, got it. Ling Les. Yes. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Physically, November. Okay, got you. He has a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, Jen, I see that. It's definitely there. Okay, cool. Cool. My chart, his chart. What's your question, Eileen Galez? And I'll start pulling up a chart. Queen Glitterbum, You're going to be next. So get your stuff ready to paste for me. I bet you are already ready because I could see you are a kind of woman who likes to get things done. With the way you asked your questions right as you came in, I was like, oh, okay, she likes to get things done. Ling Eliz. Okay, what is your question, Ling Eliz? Cool, Queen Glitterbomb. What is your question, Ling Eliz? And that'll tell me which chart I'm gonna read. Sudden tower moment last week. He's even thinking of detaching from our work partnership. What's going on in the journey? Okay, got it. Physically, November. Okay, thank you. November 9th, 2017 in Singapore. I'm going to pick a random city in Singapore since there's no Singapore city shown here. And then let me go ahead and share screen. Okay. November 9th, 2017. Okay. And then let me just see. Okay. What's going on? We've always been in communication and doing spiritual burns and healing, though he has his karmic. Okay, so let's just see what's going on in this connection. I see it already. Let me edit this. You said you met in the evening. I'm sure it was probably earlier than that. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, I see you guys are in some kind of period of separation. That much I can see here. I see why he's thinking of potentially completing the work partnership, but I don't know that he's actually going to do that. I can see he's thinking about it, but I don't know he's going to do that. If you guys work together, he might with this Saturn Pluto. Oh, yeah, they're sitting right on top of you. Okay. But that would actually bring things more into balance for the two of you toward having some other kind of connection and union. Um, okay. Right. If you stop working with him, it opens the door for something that is far more in integrity to happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it. I see it. Okay. Let's just go forward in time and see what happens. I think he will um, stop trying to work with you, but then there's a rebirth. Dang, girl, this is intense. What I'm seeing here is that you guys may complete the work relationship, but then what happens? What is his sign? Let me see when you told me his birthday was. He is October 1984. Okay, but we don't know when in October. So it could be Libra, it could be Scorpio. Um yeah, I can't even begin to speculate. I do think he may. Um try not to take it like it's the end of the world. It's not. Um okay, so he's on the Scorpio side. Um Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's actually this thing getting into right relationship because what it looks like, based on what you described and what I'm seeing here, is this little combo of like, we have this deep connection, we keep it together under the guise of the fact that we work together, so that that way we don't have to, deal with the karmic, but he goes into trying to get things all into the right order, which is I have these feelings for Ling, so I'm not going to keep working with her because I have these feelings with her. I'm going to stop working with her. I'm going to deal with my situation over here with my karmic. Either I want to be in this or I don't. Either I want to see this through or I don't, but I'm no longer going to try and triangulate my way through this. And then that paves the way, like this restructuring of the foundation that he's doing paves the way for a much more honest and in integrity relationship to come about. But this has to happen as a way of him starting to cleanse the, like, some of the energy here is just, it's murky, it's messy, it's messy energy. um and he set it up this way so he could learn certain things, but I think he got it. And what he's going to do now is move to this Leo North node, which is about sovereignty. He's about to start moving toward, like, okay, how do I be the king on my throne in my world? So, um, yes, sudden, also healthy, and not the end of the story. This story will continue. If you want to look deeper, definitely book a personal reading, because I can definitely see how a deeper look into this, your chart, his chart, your union chart will help fill in some of the gaps here. We can also take a look at in that chart, like what's likely to happen with that person that he's with. Will they end up staying? Will they end up ending? Like, what is the energy inviting them to do? Now, I can't say what he's going to do, but I can say what the energy is providing for them to do. All right. So, not Jamie. Who is this person? Julie. Julie. I remember you said that your money said pending. On my side, it doesn't even show that it's come through. So Julie Moore, my question for you is the following. Would you, because everyone else's has been coming through, um, my question for you, Julie, would be double check that you have the link right, that you didn't try to send it to an email, because the email that I have is no longer linked to my PayPal account. Too many people were not paying the PayPal fees. And I was like, we're not doing that. So just make sure that you have all those things correct, the link correct. Okay. Okay. And then if you want to pay via Venmo, Julie Moore, I can refund the PayPal when it comes through. Just email me, Julie, if you want to pay via Venmo, um, crystalsmoon@gmail.com, to make sure that you're on the list. Then just email me and I will refund the PayPal as soon as it comes through. But right now I have nowhere to refund it to because it doesn't even show up on my end that there's a payment that's been made at all. All right. Okay. So, Queen Glitter Bomb, prompt and on time, all the correct details. Thank you, my love. Then Deborah, then Melanie. Deborah, Melanie, and Mia Anderson, start typing your questions, and whatever date of chart you want me to look at. Remember, I need the date, I need the time, and I need a location in order to create a chart. Okay. Because this is what the software looks like. It's like, hey, I need a city, I need a country, I need a date, and I need a time. Without that, I can't create a chart for you. So it's Queen G, Deborah, and Melanie. Deborah and Melanie, you should already have your question typed. And then Mia, Michaela, and Sherry, start typing. Okay. Queen G. Want guidance on the connection. Okay. First meet, you met online, Wilmar, Minnesota, and he was in Brookings, South Dakota. Oh, but we have an in person. Awesome. Okay. That is such a fun screen name, Queen Glitter Bum. All right. Anybody who wants to join the list, the list is still open. 12/25. So it was a Christmas meet. Happy twin anniversary. 12/27. Brookings, South Dakota. Okay. And then what time was it in Brookings when the two of you met? What time was it? Cool. Thanks, La Luna. You're welcome, Glitter Bum. And thank you to everyone who is so patiently waiting. I deeply appreciate it. It's such an honor to be able to read for each of you. Every time someone says, please look at my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, please keep listening to your intuition. Because I can show you what the stars are in the influence they're providing. But again, it's like, your teacher can say, the best thing you can do is this, but you have the opportunity to learn it your own way. And many people want to learn it their own way. So, okay, guidance on the connection. Looks like there's some separation energy going on right now. Queen G, is that accurate? That there's a separation? Because it looks like there is one, and it also looks like that's about to shift. Looks like there's a separation and like that's about to shift. When does it shift? I mean, it probably already shifted. No, he's helping sick family in Montana. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Oh, but it's not, he's dealing with a karmic or blocking you. He's just legitimately got something else going on. Okay. I like this because the block that I was seeing is playing out here with Saturn and Pluto in the seventh house of committed partnership. But because Saturn and Pluto tend to bring either endings or closures and transformation. Jupiter is about to join them in that seventh house of committed partnership, and Jupiter brings openings and opportunities. With Jupiter joining these two, it looks like there's a new opportunity for committed partnership to arise between you. And that opportunity grows and 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 grows over the course of 2019 until you guys get out into, or sorry, over the course of 2020 until you guys get out into 2021, where he sits with you here in a conjunct fashion, and where he sits right here with the two of you with you in this chart. Now, I would again to confirm this, I would need your chart and his chart to see what's actually going on. But according to this union chart, it does look like towards the end of 2021, whatever's going on with the sick family, whatever's keeping you guys apart, that comes to a complete wrap. But in addition to that, it's like the energy here is also very much like the separation is causing the two of you to grow closer. It's causing the two of you to reach for one another more. The separation is actually bringing this together, as counterintuitive as that is. Your chart is showing that by the end of 2021, or 2020 and the beginning of 2021, you guys have a solid set of coming together. We're going to make this real in the physical world energies. So again, I would really have to look at your chart and his chart to confirm that, but it always depends on how people are using the energies. Deborah, Melanie, and Mia, who has their question ready? Thank you, Queen G. It was a pleasure to read for you. And then Michaela, Sherry, and Michelle, you guys are next. Let me go ahead and double check. Anyone wants to get on the list, you can. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for being so right on it. Okay. Let's just double check, see if there's any new payments come in. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Debbie, thank you for being ready, Debbie. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being ready. Debbie, Melanie, and then Mia, you two are next. Please have your stuff pasted and ready to go copied and ready to go so I can just move right into the next reading. Okay. And then Michaela, Sherry, and Michelle. It's you guys. Anyone wants to join the list, you can. All right, let's go ahead and share screen and get Debbie's chart together. So just as a reminder to anyone who's joining, you're welcome to get on the list. The way to do that is just to follow the on-screen instructions in the chat. I do need, oh, I do need, see how Debbie posted her date of birth, Dallas, twins date of birth. We don't have a location for him, probably Dallas. What can I say about the connection? You've been friends for years. Okay. I don't know, Debbie, because I don't have enough info. He does have a karmic right now. Okay. All right. We'll look at his side then. Melanie, not just, oh, okay. You're after Debbie. Okay. Just hang tight, Melanie. I'm gonna get to you, babe. May 29. So not Taurus, Gemini. Okay. And you are Libra. Oh, both air signs. Okay. That's cool. So you guys have a friendly way of going about the world. You kind of get each other. Debbie, anything else? Okay, well, let's look at his. You think he was born in Dallas. We'll work with that. It's always best to have someone's exact birth location, because then we understand, because he could be like me. Like I was born in one city only to be raised in another. But most people, when people ask where's home, where are you from, I talk about the city I was raised in because that is home. The city I was born in is not home to me. It's not where I'm from or how I think about where I'm from. So when you can, Debbie, definitely get, were you born in the same city you were raised? Get that information. Sounds like you guys talk. 1970. Time unknown. Cool. So see my chart here. It's asking me for date, time, and location. I can skip time, but I can't make a chart without a date and without a location, guys. All right. What can I say about the connection? I don't know, but I would need to get into, but he feels you. Okay. Oh no. What's it doing, Julie Moore? Is anyone else having trouble with the PayPal link? Can somebody just test it and see if it comes up on there? And you don't have to pay anything if you don't want to get a reading, but if you could just test it, click the link and see what you see and see if you can help La Luna, that would be fantastic. I see he feels you for sure. You guys are both air signs, Debbie. Let's see. He's with someone right now. Well, let's just see how that's going. Oh, how long ago did he get with the person he was with? How long has he been with that human? Do you know, Debbie, how long he's been with that human? Because I'm seeing he just came out of a type of separative transit, like either like major divorce or about 4 years. Wow. What was going on 4 years ago? That wasn't the time. Oh, it was the time. I see. He thought it was really right for him. And so he got committed. I see. It was super aligned. Got it. But he went through a major divorce after 4 years. He was on the rebound at the time. That's what I was thinking. There was some rebound energy here in the chart. I was like, this looks like rebound stuff. Dang, Debbie. Let's send him some love. Oh my gosh. Let's send him some love. What? This whole story is unfolding. I mean, I see the child here. Dang. Oh, I didn't realize it would work that way without the house placements, but I definitely. And so he married her. Did he marry her? Did he marry this karmic person? Because I do see something kind of like that. They either got married or they got shacked up or something like that. He had an injury. It's requiring surgery. Yeah. Thank you so much, La Luna. Shacked up. Okay, got it. Yeah, it looks very shacked up over here. Very shacked up. La Luna, I will check after I'm done with this reading. Um, honestly, Debbie, uh, oh, he wants out. Okay. Okay. Then that's telling me a whole different story. Hmm. That's a rough situation he has going on right there. I'm surprised he let it go this far based on what I'm seeing here. Really surprised. I mean, I see your arrival here in his chart. Like you're really on his mind. And I also see he's trying to be a good person and do the right thing. Um, with this Jupiter in his seventh house of committed partnership, he's trying to be quote unquote the bigger, better man over the course of the next year. Um, and I can also see here, yeah, he's gonna be financially between a rock and a hard place until 2021. Between the, I don't know why, but this is showing me that some kind of joint money he had with the ex is tied up either in a business or in the house or something, and then that money doesn't get freed up. D year says pending too. Okay. Some kind of money is tied up and that doesn't free up until 2021. Thank you, D, for telling me. And Luna, I'm gonna write both of your names down. D Markowitz. Okay, yeah, thank you for telling me. I really appreciate that. This money gets freed up and then he gets freed up is kind of what happens. It starts to get a little bit freed up next year, Debbie, but right now, yeah, financially I can see he looks stuck. Yeah, Debbie, oh wow, that's what I mean by rock in a hard place. I didn't know that was the detail to it, but it does look like rock in a hard place. Um, that starts to come to an end. That gets cleaned up and rectified once Saturn gets out here towards the end of 2020. It looks like he's already working on it, like trying to figure this out so that it's not um he looks like he's trying to, yes, Julie and um Julie, I got yours. La Luna, yours came through. D, I don't see it yet, but I'll double check. He's gonna figure this out. He's already in the process of trying to figure this out, of trying to get this to stop being such a hot mess. But yeah, I mean the two of you both being air signs, come on, girl. You guys have a nice connection. He has retained a lawyer. Thank goodness. I'm glad he has retained a lawyer. Um, but yeah, I get that if which is why he isn't talking to you right now. Some of this also has to do with the optics based on some of the stuff I saw in his chart. Listen, he can't be out here holding court with you, shacked up with somebody else who's got a new baby, and then trying to figure out how to financially get out of paying child support for a school his kids don't even go to anymore. He's just trying to do a lot of perception management. Um, he did. So, yeah, let him find his way out of the mess that he participated in making in his life at this time. He'll have room for you, but it won't be while he's still trying to get out of, you know, the maze he made for himself. He's got some things to think about in terms of how he got into the situation he's in. So, okay. Melanie, you're next, and then Mia, and then Michaela. Melanie, Mia, and Michaela. Who has their stuff ready first? Thank you, Debbie, for being. Melanie has her stuff ready. I see her here. So Melanie, I'm going to read for you, and then Mia, if you could paste yours next, I'm going to read for you. Just tell me which chart, because I have all your charts, Mia. Tell me which chart you want me to look at and what your question is, my love. But not yet. Let me get finished with Melanie first. Melanie says, let me share a screen. For those of you who are new and joining, thank you. It's great to have you. And thank you for everyone who's been so patient. It's a pleasure to read for you. Okay. Okay. There's Christmas music going on in my house right now. Somebody's playing Joy to the World, y'all. It's very distracting. I'm like, whoa, wow, what's happening? His B-Day. Oh, you met in New Jersey, met in Lake Charles. Your B-Day, Teague, Texas. Unknown time, seeking guidance. Okay. We're going to work with this Lake Charles because you see my chart here, my chart creator, create new chart on your screen. It forces me to put in a time. So since I have the time there, it's going to be the most precise thing we have. Melanie, 3/8/18. 3/8/2018. And the time that you met, 9:45 p.m. Anyone who's just joining, thank you and welcome. I deeply appreciate all of your patience. The list is still open. You are more than welcome to join it. There we go. Okay. You're just looking for guidance in the connection. All right. So here we go. North Node Leo in this connection, 10th house, self-sovereignty, financial independence, career shining. That's what you two are meant to be working toward individually. Your individual lives are saying, please focus on your own careers, your own growth, the thing that you're trying to grow. Awesome, Dee. Thank you. Big year next year, Melanie, for this connection. Sag Gemini eclipse cycle is going to run over this moon Vesta conjunction along with Vesta Mars. This is going to shift the way you two feel about what you need. Hopefully, if you've been in a energy of like, I need him, I need this, or I need her, I need this, that hopefully this energy is going to shift into more of a freedom energy, which Saturn has a nice, or sorry, Sagittarius has a nice way of having, of providing, is a lot of freedom. In addition to that, it looks like, yeah, he's going to go through some big changes next year. It looks like you too will go through some changes. You guys seem to have a really harmonious placement and orientation of one another in this particular chart. However, that I would need to see, your actual birth charts to know for sure how harmonious this is going to be, and how it's going to play out over the long term. Lisa, just paste your information when I call your name. I don't have you on my list yet, but I do see that you paid. Okay, so I'm adding you now, but wait until I call your name. Okay. This is nice, Melanie. This is nice. I mean, I hope he's being nice. I hope you're being nice to him. I hope the two of you are like connected, and talking to one another. So many times I see nice energy and people are like, well, I did this and he did that. And then I blocked him. And I'm like, why would you do that? So I hope you guys are working together. You're separated at the moment. Need to see if any remorse. So a chart can't tell you if there's remorse. And frankly, that's not a recommendation I look for in someone. It's more, I'm always just looking more for understanding and compassion. Like, why did you do what you did? What was going on that made that happen? And do you have awareness of who you are so that you can control your inputs and outputs? Um, but if you're looking for remorse, that's about the same as like looking for someone to pay. And if you want someone to pay to be in connection with you, chances are, yeah, I don't know. You're always going to be, it's never going to really work. That energy of you need to pay doesn't really work. But if you, does he have self awareness? I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I can see big changes for sure going on for him next year. Lots of change in the way he's thinking about himself and what's going on. Um, some sense of peace. Yeah, I think you're going to get that. I think you're going to get that over the course of 2020, to be honest with you. I think you're going to find your way into balance, but I think it's going to come out of grieving what you've lost. Now, that may be you've lost a sense of trust, that you've lost a sense of, um, connection. You've lost certain types of hope and faith. You're going to have to get with what you've lost and grieve the fact that it's gone, baby. It's not coming back. And then there's going to be something new, but what was, that's dead. That's not that's not what's here. He's got some other work to do around, like I said, getting control of his inputs so that like understanding his input so that he can get control of his outputs. That's his work for next year, is really seeing, why am I the way I am? Why do I behave this way? What is going on? That's his work next year. And so if you're looking for that kind of growth, then yeah, you're probably going to see it. And if you can provide via your compassion for yourself, Melanie, um, and really being with your own grief for what you've lost, if you can get into that energy, yeah, there's going to be an opening at some point. Um, there will be some kind of opening for the two of you to start to come to compassion, right? Because look, the reality is people only replicate behavior. They'll only let you treat them as good as they are treating themselves. They're only going to receive that which they're willing to give to themselves. And they're only going to behave in ways that they are conscious, like around what they have seen as permissible and okay. So, what people do, like, they're never actually trying to hurt you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, serial killers legit trying to hurt you. Some people get a lot of pleasure out of other people's pain. I don't see that here in this circumstance. It doesn't look like that's the situation. Um, so in your case, Mia, I'm pulling up your charts. In your case, it's a matter of, really looking inside your heart for that kind of like, now, what was going on with me that had me get into a situation where somebody was hurting me like that, that's having me out here looking for them to be remorseful instead of looking at what was my vibrational magnetic attraction point? What am I needing to work through? What is this showing me I need to heal? And how is it showing me I need to more deeply reconnect with myself? Um, Lord knows these twins take us on them kind of journeys. So much fun. I love it. There's Christmas music at my house, guys. Christmas music is so fun to me. Okay. Looking for guidance on how I should perceive their twin during the holiday season. Been feeling him on the intimate level. Let me pull up the union jot. Oh, that's right. And you're a Sag. Okay, okay. Happy birthday, Mia. That's the one to delete. Okay, right. Okay. 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 Share the screen. You're welcome. You need self love and you needed to hear that. Girl, we all need self love and need to hear it. It's a daily struggle. If anybody feels what Melanie's going through, can I get an amen in the comments? Oh my gosh. The number of times I've been looking for remorse in the universe has been like, no, girl, what you get is self compassion. That's what you get today. It's what it is. That's the journey. What's going on during the holiday season? Ken, I got your payment. Thank you. Um, Here is my list so far. Oh, hang on. Yeah, here's my list so far. We got Melanie and we did Melanie, and now we're going to do Mia. Here's who's next: Michaela, Alive and Thrive, Sherry, Michelle, Lisa, and then Ken. And then anyone who wants to join, you can. If you're still hanging out, thank you. Um, there you go. All right. Mia and Twin. Okay, feeling him. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. That's because you've been speaking to his Mars or to the Mars and the connection. He's out here starting to speak to the Mars and the connection. Yeah, there's sensual energy flowing between the two of you for shiz. Okay, listen, Mia, he may not be telling you this, but I'm seeing some form of boot on his neck. Something's going on that he's not talking about that's causing a restriction in the way he self expresses. Now, I don't know if this has to do with, the recent career change that happened for him, but something has him a little hemmed up, and it does look like it may have to do with finances. Um, it may have. Let me find out. The girl, okay, I have more tea for you, but we're not going to do it here. Um, yeah, something looks financially off here for him. And not terribly so, but just in a like, he doesn't feel free to move. Um, and as a result, he's having to make some really difficult choices about how to deploy his resources of time and energy because money is limited. Over the next 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 2 months. It clears in about 3 months, but yeah, so in terms of how you connect and what you do, all you do is you just what this chart is saying is that you're sitting in this energy of real balance and super deep flow. And as a result of you being in that energy of balance and flow, it's almost like you're on the high ground. He's trying to climb up to you a little bit. And so you just kind of keep radiating. Excuse me, you just keep radiating. Um, Although, hang on. If on the off chance things are in the inverse and you are feeling that constriction and you feel like he is doing the radiating, then all you do is you just stay connected. Just stay connected. If you want to be connected, just stay connected because it does show like anything you can share by way of like accomplishments that you have experienced or like next steps, or if you want to look for advice, or if you want to like chat him up about things that are like just shifting and like reveal, that's it, reveal. That's the way you connect, is you reveal. All right. No, girl, you're on here, La Luna. Um, Julie, where are you at? Where did you come through, Miss Julie? You came in right before Lisa. Okay. So Michaela, Sherry, Michelle, Julie, Lisa, and then Ken. And then if anybody wants to join, you still can. You're welcome. Reveal, reveal. But yeah, get with me tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mia. Um, not as many as some nights, Ken. Some nights there's like 30, 40 people ahead of you. Right now there's only like five. Michaela. Okay. So those of you who are hanging out, those of you who are hanging out, if you know you kind of want to dig a little deeper, because some of the things I'm seeing here, they may not actually play out exactly the way, because I'm only looking at one chart. What I need to do to really get this accurate for you is give you the your chart and their chart and the union chart all at one time. And if you have personal questions, if you guys, if anyone's listening and you like want to jump on the list again because you want to look at your own life for 2020 or the retrograde energies for you, or you want to know who your chart ruler is, feel free to jump on the list and I can do a read, like a personal read for you, because 2020 is such a big year. Um, Okay, I can do one of those, Michaela. All of this that you have is big personal reading stuff. I can do one of these. How should you proceed with him? With self-growth, careers, and life. Okay, so mm-mm-mm. New York, 3:07 a.m. So I'm gonna work with yours. PR. Um, Let me go ahead and close my door real quick. Okay. Sorry, kids. Okay. Hmm. It may not be in the reverse, Mia. Holla at me tomorrow. Mm. 27. That's a lot of sevens, girl. That is a lot of sevens. How should I proceed? Self-growth and career. Okay, so we're going to do that one. Cool. D, I don't see it yet, babe. I don't see you here yet. Double check it on your end. I know La Luna had an issue as well. La Luna had an issue with and I don't know what she did that made it so that I could see her payment come through. Ask her if she did anything in particular. Um, but because I don't know what she did, but whatever she did, she got it to work. Um, well, I don't see yours coming through yet. Okay, Michaela, career stuff. Yeah, I can see you are at a time of change. Times are a changing, girl. Times are a changing. It's okay, Michaela. I fixed it already. We're on February 28th now. Um, Times are a changing. Huh. Hey, Sarita, welcome. It's great to have you here, hon. Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, D. Okay, D, I'll get with you in a minute. But that email, you can't send a payment to my email. You have to send a payment to you have to send your payment using the PayPal link. You can't send it to my email. My email is not linked to that account. So that's why it's pending because there is no payment available at chrysalismoon@gmail.com at all. The payment's only available using the link. That's all. That's what the issue is. Okay. Michaela, in your case, what's interesting for you that's going on with career stuff is that there is a significant shift here. It looks like maybe you have had an idea and it's not working. Uh, yeah, you had an idea. Michaela, you know what's interesting is I can see here that you're coming out of a period of time where you have been very internal, and very to yourself and not really wanting to deal with people. Um, and you're about to go through a rebirth, and some of that rebirth is going to support some new things coming forward in career that really kind of gets underway over the course of the next 6 weeks. You're going to notice that you start feeling really different. By the time 2020 hits, there's going to be like this undercurrent. You're still going to feel a little withdrawn, maybe even mistrusting of people, but there'll be a certain optimism, and you may even be starting to hear it in the back of your thoughts a little bit, like I know who I am and I know what I want. I can do this, blah blah blah. um I know what I believe in and I know what I'm capable of, blah blah blah. Like, and like you'll start to hear like your like some of your own internal affirmations start to come back online, um and start to support you. But this particular change that's occurring here, you have teacher energy in your chart around. It looks like you went through a pretty significant career ending and now you're about to go through a career rebirth. But the career rebirth happens as the you that was doing that old career gets reconstructed. So we could look deeper into this if we were to do a personal reading. Um, it would be really good to get into that because I'd like to know what you were doing and where you want to go. But it looks like the new rebirth has to do with a new solidified sense of yourself. And then from that, you start taking steps in the direction of your dreams and what you want to do. Mm. La Luna, thank you. No mode. I was going through separation, no mode for people. Now I'm read. I don't know what that means, but um I'm definitely around if you want to do a personal reading. Okay. Um it went through. Great, D. Awesome. Nice. Great. Yep, I see it. I see it. You are now on the list. Yeah. I do not take payments via my email anymore. I only take payments via the link. Um, Sherry, Michelle, and Julie, you three are next. And then it's Lisa, Ken, and Dee. So Sherry, Michelle, and Julie, whichever one of you has your question ready, that would be great. You were not in the mood for dealing with people. Now you're ready. Oh, totally get it. Yeah. That sensation is going to get even stronger. Like you're even only like halfway ready right now, but I get it. You've not been interested in human beings. I get it. That's you're gonna feel again like you're ready, but the rebirth of self is what's going to create um the rebirth in um your career stuff. Okay. La Luna, thank you for letting me read for you, Michaela. Um, no, it's okay, Dee. No, it's okay. When I call your name, be ready to post your question. Start typing out your question and the information. All right, Julie Moore, let's get to you, babe. Since you're ready. After Julie, um, Alive and Thrive, Sherry, and then Michelle, if you could get your question ready, that would be fantastic. And then anyone who's just joining, you're welcome to get on the list. These are the instructions. Okay. Um, you totally get it. Hermit mode, right? Let me just double check the payment apps. See what else is going on here. Awesome. Okay. All right, so he's struggling with addiction. How does recovery look for him over the next few years? Also, just looking for guidance. Okay, let's look into this. Massachusetts. He is struggling with addiction. How does recovery look? Hmm. And did you give me that he has a birth time? Yeah, you did. Okay. So these houses are correct. Hmm. Is he actively working on his recovery right now? Like, is that a focal point in his life? Because I'm seeing that he could be, but I'm also seeing that he could not be working on that at all. Mm, slightly, yeah. Um, so what's interesting, yeah, it looks like his life works either way. Like somehow he kind of manages to kind of push things forward, squeak things through. His self-esteem is taking a significant hit right now. Um, and so he's trying to kind of figure out some of the addictions may be acting up. So, like, I don't know if you've ever general guidance on this. Like, if I don't know if you are familiar with some of the like more recent thought leadership around addiction. If you haven't read or listened to any of Dr. Gabor Mate's work on addiction, I highly recommend it. Dr. Mate works with drug addicts in Vancouver. And he's revolutionized a lot of the thinking around addiction in the last decade with his work. most of what he talks about is the fact that addiction patterns in adulthood are rooted in basically two things: trauma and love thwarted. Now, when I look at his chart, the place where love looks thwarted was with mom. The trauma piece, I mean, it does look like he could have been dealing with some sort of, like, he could have been molested as a child. When I look at this chart, like, that's very possible here by an older male figure. That being said, or it could have been a female figure. It could have been both at different times. Um, how's he doing with the addiction isn't really the question. The question is, how is he dealing with his root trauma? What is the cause of the addiction for him? Is he aware of the root, A, and B, is he getting support around dealing with the root? Now, with this much scorpionic energy in a chart, because he's got significant placements in Scorpio, Mars, Sun, Mercury, Uranus, and the North Node, I can see that he has the capacity to go deep and do deep work. It's just a matter of how supported he is to get there. So, um, I definitely see a little bit of kind of like love and sex addiction kind of stuff here. With again, how is he doing with it? Uh, it's a coping mechanism. It's a bandage for a wound. So, to the degree that you can, you want to get into helping him figure out, what is the root? Where does it hurt? What happened there? Because it's in those places, the more he gets awareness around the pain that's at the root and really gets resolution for himself around, compassion for how it was and who he was and where things were, compassion for the choices he made as a result of the wound, compassion for, the person he allowed that the wound compelled him to become, compassion for, the circumstance of his life today, until he gets to the root, and then the compassion extending forward from that. The addiction, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a metaphor my mind is trying to reach for here, but we're just looking in the wrong direction, is what I'm trying to say. So do some of that research, see what you can find on some of the roots of addiction kind of stuff. All right. Cool. Hopefully that was helpful. Okay. The trauma, he may not remember. Okay. He witnessed the death of his father at a young age. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll get you an addiction. Okay. So who was I just reading for? That was Julie. Okay. Thank you, Miss Julie. Moving on. Alive and Thrive, Michelle, and then Lisa. It's you three next. So please start typing your questions. Please, you should already have them typed. Who should start typing now is Ken and Dee, and yeah, Ken and Dee. And if anyone wants to get on the list, you still can. The list is still open. That's how you do it. Okay, so we have Michelle. All right, Michelle, I see you here. You met on June 3rd in Anaheim. Where are we at? He's Libra, you're Virgo. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull your union chart for you. Let me share screen. June 23rd, 6/23, 2002, Anaheim. 6 p.m. Okay. And then Sherry, Alive and Thrive, and Lisa, please make sure your question is ready because I'm going to call your name as soon as I'm done with this. And I want to make sure that we can just roll right into your reading. What did you say? He's Libra, you're Virgo. Libra? Did I have that right? He's Libra, you are Virgo. Michelle, let's have a look. Hmm. Hmm. Is he talking to you? It looks like you guys are talking. It looks like good communication too. Well, okay, maybe not yet. The communication gets good as soon as Mercury moves out of Scorpio, which is like 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Um, it gets into that first house. May have been a little wonky during Mercury retrograde season. Yeah, it looks like the communication went wonky. It might even be wonky now. Okay, well, hopefully he's talking to you. Because you guys look like you should be talking right now. It looks good, honestly. Um, what I see coming up for you, where are you in union? Okay. Um, this coming year, he does a lot of work to, it looks like he went through a period of time where he was like struggling a little bit. Oh, okay. He's with a karmic. Okay, got it. Got it. Well, that'll go through a trial next year. I don't know what he's going to do with that, but over the course of 2020, his situation with that person is going to go through a trial as Jupiter meets up with Saturn and Pluto. Um, his mom died. Hmm, 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 Okay, I don't see that here, but I think if I was looking at his individual chart, it would show up, obviously, but I don't see that here. I definitely see a bit of a time for sure. Um, yeah, it looks like he's going to go through a process of trying to rebuild and reconfigure himself as Jupiter moves into the second house. This is going to also change the way he thinks about that relationship with the karmic for sure. Um, I don't know that who he is and who he becomes over the course of 2020, it's going to be very hard for a karmic relationship to survive what he's about to go through, in terms of how he's about to shift. It's going to be very hard for it to survive. And this is true for all DMs because the divine masculine is going to touch Saturn, it's going to touch Pluto. All divine masculine energies are about to shift in a very significant way. Even the masculine energies inside of us as feminines is going to shift significantly. Um, as Jupiter touches Saturn, which is restoration of integrity through endings and closures, Pluto, which is life, death, and rebirth cycles, as Jupiter touches each of those in the early parts of the year, there's going to be huge reconstruction energy internally for us that's then going to impact the way people connect to us. Alive and Thrive, don't post it yet. Don't post it yet till I call your name, baby. I see you, but don't post it yet. Um, that's probably why I was missing it because it was too far back in the chat, Sherry. So my apologies. It wasn't you, it was me. um, so because of the way the masculine energy is going to shift in 2020, um, any relationships that are just out of integrity, out of alignment, done, outgrown, they will come to some sort of conclusionary completion. They're not going to be able to last. Because the masculine energy within us, like I just hear this enough. Like I just hear the divine masculine like shouting enough. Like we are done doing that. Um, and so just stand by is kind of the best thing I can say to the feminine energies. And the feminine's already well placed. She's hanging out in Libra the entire year, and in you guys' connection specifically. Libra's a sign of balance, fairness, justice. She's in this place of like divine neutrality while he goes through this energy of like coming for next, as Bree says. Bree says, "Ooh, coming for next." Um, like just cutting stuff off that's not working, that in the physical world, just cutting it off, done, cutting it off. The divine feminine, she sits in the place of the neutrality, and there's this energy of kind of like, and now that you do what you need to do. Like she kind of sits there pretty on her throne watching the divine masculine with the machete in the field. And that's kind of what you're doing up here. So hang in there, Michelle. Um, he's about to reconstruct his world, girl. And that's going to be an interesting thing to watch from a safe distance while he's swinging that machete. Okay, alive and thrive. I got you. I got you. I got you. It's all you. You had lunch, went well, exciting projects, upcoming cycle. Okay, alive and thrive. I need I need a time and a location. Oh wait, alive and thrive. I think I have your charts. Hang on, because I vaguely remember your name. Let me look. Do I have your charts? Do I have your charts? Yes. Yes. Is this the date you just gave me? Yes. Okay. I have it. Let me share screen. Some names are very memorable. I don't remember what the reading said, but I remember your name. Okay. What's our upcoming cycle look like? Okay. So your upcoming cycle, and so after Sherry, Lisa, Ken, and Dee, please have your questions prepared and ready to go. Because as soon as I'm done reading for Sherry, it'll be your turn. Please have your question prepared and ready to go. Ken, I have your charts. We just read together. And then Lisa, please have your info ready. Upcoming cycle. There's a lot going on in Libra for you too. Whoo, megawatt balance coming online for the two of you. I don't know. Have you both been dealing with an ex, Sherry? Have both of you had like an ex-husband or ex somebody kind of lingering in the background? This doesn't look like one of you. It looks like both of you or whomever is the divine feminine in the connection, but it could definitely be both of you. It looks like whatever energies are lingering from exes get stabilized and balanced and put in its right shape and right box next year. They don't, whatever you've had with them is no longer kind of holding you two down in any way. So that's really nice, and that's very exciting to see. Because it's the kind of thing where I can see, like in the past, maybe they've kind of had a hold on you or him. Like the circumstance just wasn't over for whatever reason, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically, whatever the situation was, it wasn't over, but it looks like it gets placed in the right location next year. The other thing that seems really significant here Very similar to the last chart I looked at. He goes through a process of really right sizing his life, like very similar, because here he is in the same position practically. First house, midway through it, towards the end, like 3/4 of the way through it. And he moves into a cycle of just rebuilding himself for a period of time. You sit out here, real pretty in the house of wish fulfillment and career fame and honors, just kind of swinging back and forth in that sign of balance and partnership while he goes through a period of saying enough and doing a lot of work to get his life to match the kind of man he believes himself to be. So that's interesting. I like seeing that. At the foundation of the chart, oh, it's where your north node lives. Um, yeah, I don't want to get into that. That's like too much for a mini, but that's the big thing, the most significant thing happening. The Sag Gemini eclipse cycle. Yeah, both of you are also going to have over the course of the next year significant new vision, new perspective on the connection and on one another. And on relationships as a whole. Something about the way the two of you connect with one another is permanently shifting the way the two of you think about relationships and connection on the whole. There's like the way I saw relationships prior to Alive and Thrive, and then there's the way that I see relationships now. All right, Lisa. And then it's Ken. So can either one of you post your question, please? And then we'll go forward from there. After Lisa and Ken, Dee, Lindsay, and then Victoria, if the two of you could please start typing your question so that it can be paid, or not paid, it can be pasted when I call your name, that would be great. Oh, yay. I'm so happy she's feeling better, Ken. That's awesome. You guys have gotten the chance to work together. Perfect. She stayed an extra week. Awesome. Is she awakening to the connection? Feels like she's looking at me differently, like a recal. Might be. Let's look. Yay is right, Alive and Thrive. This is awesome. Ken, which chart do you want me to look at? You want me to look at her chart? Which chart should I look at, Ken? And she's coming back in 2 weeks. Hooray! Somebody's actually doing the right friend moves. Somebody has been the right kind of friend, made her feel safe, made her feel really comfortable, got that work done, focused on where she was at. I remember last time I read for you on the YouTube live. I had said to you, like, if she's got, J through M available, you work with J through M. Sounds like you're doing it. And now she's like, oh, well, let's go and include NOP with that J through M and see how far that gets us. So that's good. There's expansion, and that's perfect. You want her to feel safe to expand with you. Okay, Ken. Let me see what's going on with her. Good twin news. I know, right? It's so nice to have good twin news, MY. Ah. I'm so happy she's feeling better. That sounded rough, what she had going on. Um, oh, you're sitting on top of her moon and you have been for a few weeks. And so she feels really, really good with you. You've been something about you've helped build her up. You've helped her to feel good about herself. Why does this not feel right? That's not what I'm trying to do. Huh. Oh, right. Okay, so it's not Mercury because Mercury's out here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You make her feel good, Ken. Like she just feels really comfortable right now with you. I see communications opened up here for her. She's still struggling with it, but it's opening up. Um, she is having a shift in the way she thinks about relationships with this Uranus being right opposite her sun. But I think we've talked about this, that she is having a big change, a divinity activation. And that does include a shift in how she looks at you, but not just you, but the world of relationships on the whole is shifting for her. So, yeah. Yeah, I would say she's awakening. It's not to the connection, but it's to love. She's awakening to love in a different way. She's awakening to connection in a new way. She's awakening to relationships in a new way, Ken. And as a result of the way she's changing inside of her, her vibration when it comes to love and connection, it's shifting her relationships. She says she has to quit running. Well, damn, Ken. I mean, why are you asking me to read? She's telling you what it is. I don't need to, like, Ray Charles could see this. This is fantastic. That's really good. Yeah, this Uranus opposite her sun is forcing an awakening for her in a really significant way. So beautiful. I love seeing this. And the fact that you're just present. Um, Yeah, you were with the sun, but now both the sun and you are just on top of her moon in the last 3 weeks. She's just, the fact that you have stayed a steady hand, stayed connected, is allowing her to soften and unfold, is what I can say. And the fact that you haven't pushed this is making it feel like she's not being controlled by anyone. And it's because she's not feeling controlled that she wants to stay connected. Does that make sense, Ken? So that's awesome. More twin good news, MY. So that's awesome. Um, I love hearing this. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the list. 'Cause I think we're at a done point for tonight. Let me just double check, see if anyone else is in here. Yeah, I think we're at a done point. Yeah, just keep what you're here. Ken, here's the advice for you. What you're doing, keep doing it. Do not change a thing. Don't worry about getting friend zoned. Don't worry about, that she may slow down once in a while. Don't change a thing. Keep going. Okay. All right. Lisa, wouldn't let you go through. Lisa, I don't see your post here. We had been on off for 4 years. Do you see this progressing or ending? Lisa, I don't see your date, time, and location, and I need those to create a chart for you. Dee, Lindsay, and Victoria, you guys are next. So let's just give Lisa a chance to do a quick paste of those. I'm assuming she has those ready. Um, Dee, Lindsay, and Victoria, do not paste your question until I actually call your name for your reading. Because you can see the chat kind of scrolls and then I can't really find you. But Lisa, if you would paste, that would be great. Oh, yeah, I have to go to the restroom. Hmm. Okay, Lisa, here's what I need you to do. Scroll up and I need you to see the way, um, who is it? Take a look at the way La Luna pasted her information, date, time, and location. I need it all in one chat. Don't spread it out for me because I will lose track of your details, hun. I will come back to you, okay? D, thank you. I'm going to roll with yours for now. Lisa, pull it in one chat for me and then we can go ahead and proceed. Okay, my love? Because I don't want to, the reason I ask you to do this for me is I don't want to make mistakes on your reading. And when it's spread out over multiple chats, the likelihood that I will make mistakes goes up. And I'm trying to protect the quality of what I give you. Okay, so take your time. Write it out just the way Dee wrote out her stuff. Take your time, write it out. And when I call your name, then send it. Do not send it before I call your name. Okay. All right. I was in Oceanside, California, and suburbs of London. We reconnected online. Okay. What is your question, Dee? What is your question? And then Lindsay and Victoria, if you would go ahead and please start typing your question and then copy it so that you can paste it when I call your name, that would be great. And then we can just roll from reading to reading. That would be ideal. Lisa, I see your question. Do I see it progressing or ending? You've been on and off for 4 years. Lisa, what I want to read for you to see where this is going is your union chart. Um, For that, I would need the date, the time, and the location that the two of you met. And if you met, like back in 1989, see if you can pull, and you don't remember when it was specifically, pull something that was more recent and very significant. Give me that significant date, time, and location, and I'll read that, and I can tell you what's going on there. Just make sure you give me a time in there. D, what's your question, hun? I need the question. Lindsay, are you ready? Do you have your information ready? And Victoria and Ken, oh, I read for Ken. Lindsay and Victoria, are either one of you ready? Okay, Lindsay, we'll work with you while Dee and Lisa get their typing on. Victoria, also you do your typing, and then we will work with you. Don't paste anything yet, Victoria, because I see Lisa came through, and I'm gonna go ahead, and then Dee came through. Perfect. So I'll do you guys in that order. On my end, I got to work with the way my internet timestamps things. Sorry if they're in a different order on your end. I'm gonna do Lindsay. Um, and then I'm going to do Lisa, and then I'm going to do D in that order. And then Victoria, you'll be my last for tonight, baby. All right, Lindsay. Guidance on union and how to get there, guidance on what I can work on. Okay. Um, okay. What time in Woburn did you guys meet? on 5:15. Lindsay, what time was it? September 5th, 1988. Yeah, I needed time to be able to get the specific details right for you. Hi, Angelita. I see you paid after the list was closed, babe. What time was it? Not sure. Around 11 a.m. We'll work with that. All right. And then your question was, what can you work on? Hmm. Well, Lindsay, you have a very classic answer here. Because the divine feminine sits in the sign of Leo. It's about self love. It's about taking a stand for what you believe in. It's about honoring your own heart. Um, that's what you can work on. And because the north node of this connection sits in the fourth house of home, family, parents, culture, roots, your identity, places where you've come from. The other thing you can work on is, and it's in the sign of spirituality and hidden things, is if you've got any unfinished business, unsaid words, wounds from your parents and your childhood, the ways that you were raised that hurt you, that you tend to think is no big deal now, you got to go back and work on those. That's the big thing here. Lee and Sherry do a wonderful job of that. They're incredible twin flame coaches. They're twins in union and they've been in union for 5 years. They do significant work around focusing on helping you clean up your template for connection so that you can let your twin in. Because when you've got a template for connection from family that has a lot of separation or disconnection in it, and you don't even have to have been an abused person for there to be separation in your template. We just live in a very separation laden realm. But the work of cleaning up your template so that connection flows, between you and your family, because that north node is in the sign of the house of families. That's what there is for both of you to work on, not just you, but him too, is to clean up the spiritual genetic line, to clean up the spiritual inheritance that you were given, to rectify a lot of the spiritual stuff that has hung out that hasn't served you or served him or served the connection. Not even this connection, but it hasn't served connection at all, period, in your life. So, oh, did I show your chart? I did. Okay, cool. So that's the big thing, Lindsay, for you to work on. And that's significant enough to take you into the middle of 2020, if not the next several years, because it's always going to be a work in progress. Okay. Okay, Lisa. Lisa, Victoria, start writing your stuff. Our list is closed for the evening. Toyisha, welcome. I do these lives periodically. So if you want to go ahead and just subscribe and then hit the bell, you'll be notified the next time I do a live and you can get on the list early. Okay. I've been on here for a few hours, so I'm about to wrap up my love. All right, Lisa. But thank you for joining, Taisha. It's really nice to meet you. I look forward to getting the opportunity to read for you when the time is right. Lisa, let me find you. D. Lisa. No. Lisa. Where is my information from Lisa? Okay, here it is. You've been on and off for 4 years, progressing or ending. Okay. Lisa, I still need the information about where you guys met. April 27th, 2015. Okay. But that's not enough. I need to know where and I need to know the time. Okay. So we'll come back to you, Lisa. We're going to try this one more time. I don't need his birthday or yours. I just need to know where April 27th, 2015 and the time. D. Uh, cut out your type question. You accidentally deleted it. Okay, hang on, D. Union chart. Okay. He contacted you and he wanted to get married. He got everything ready to change jobs and move to America. He got that sorted and he is moving here in March, but suddenly he's completely confused and you're wondering what's up. Is he going to be serious? Okay. Got it. I got that. But D, I need. Okay, here's what I need. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, let me do this. EM Union Mini, September 24th, 9/24, 2018. 3:24 p.m. 24 p.m. and you were in Oceanside. Okay, cool. Let's look. He suddenly got cold feet. Dang, D, I would really recommend, given the question you answered and the setup of the circumstance and how significant it is, that you do a private reading with me where I can look more deeply at his personal chart. And your chart and the configuration of the energies in both. Because sometimes it's an energy from your side that you're not even aware of that makes it so that it's just not the right time. And it's not your fault. It's just that he's backing up. So, because you have things that are coming up that you need to do that you're not aware are on the schedule for you. But I don't know that without looking at his chart too. And I can only do one chart in the mini. What I'm seeing here, yeah, okay. Complete sextile here, sextile here. Yeah, I think what time did you guys meet, D? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. D, do you have a time? Because it would be really good. If I could get the time. Hey, Kylie XX, welcome, sweetheart. Okay. I can't. I don't have enough information, Dee. I would need to probably dig into a private reading to really answer. And I can see you're trying to change your life to really be with this man. So it would be kind of to take what I'm about to tell you with a fistful of salt. He's about to go through a series of changes, and it could mean moving with you, etc. That, like I said, it's going to be hard earlier for karmics to survive the way he's getting ready to change. The other thing, too, is that um, yeah, I think this can work. It's just a matter of letting him get through these changes because as soon as he's on the other side of them in 2021, he has a better opportunity to really flow forward with you. But right now, he's just in a position where it'll build. It's going to get better and better and better and better and better as Jupiter moves through Capricorn in 2020. um, Much better between the two of you as Jupiter moves through Capricorn in 2020. But right now, yeah, he just kind of, as Jupiter snuck out of Sagittarius, went a little dark, needed to go a little quiet, just so that he could make sure he was hearing his own inner truth about what this was. I wouldn't worry too much about it. The only thing that concerns me in what you said is that there's karmics involved and it's, in pregnancies and stuff. And just make sure, neither one of you is hopping out of the frying pan and into the fire by trying to escape a problem just to create another one. You know what I mean? So that being said, this really has an opportunity to come together toward the end of 2020, get some stabilization as reorganization happens at the beginning of 2020. Reorganization first quarter, stabilization second quarter, well, reorg first and second, stabilization third. Fourth quarter is going to be a bit more like, okay, where do we stand now that we've come through all of this? So that's how I would think about the year ahead for you. All right. But yeah, I would recommend we do a private given that whole circumstance that you just laid out. Okay, Lisa. Um, Lisa. Thank you for letting me read for you, Dee. It was a pleasure. Now Lisa had some questions. I can't remember what we were talking about now. Okay. Do I see this progressing or ending? I said I wanted your union chart, Lisa. Let me see. Lisa. New York, peak skill, 1:30 p.m. Bam, baby. But what year was it? What date? Okay. Oh, so I see what's going on here. I hope I pull this together. Like I said, I'd like to see it all in one chat so that I don't mess it up for you, but I'm going to try to do my best here. Okay, hun? It looks like you have 427. I'm gonna do my best, do my best, do my best. Lisa. Oh, now I can't see that. Okay. 1:30 p.m. Progressing or ending? Let's see, Lisa. Wow. Well, you guys are at a choice point. I definitely see the separation in your chart right now, Lisa. But you guys have a possibility of coming together in 2022, possibly. Mm, mm, I don't really like the way that's set up, though. So that might not be the timing. It's up to you, honestly, Lisa. If this comes together or if it dissipates, that's really going to be up to the two of you. The stars can influence us, but they don't control us. And I love seeing that the divine masculine and divine feminine sit here together in your natal chart. They're not separated by multiple signs or multiple houses. I see that and I'm like, oh, okay, great. These two really have a shot. But it's really about, in the North nodes in Libra and partnership that looks really good for you too. And the way you guys are set up. Honestly, I see it. If you guys are willing to do the work, it could come together. I get that it's been on and off for 4 years, but that's you got to look at and reach into the patterns of why it's been on and off and not his patterns, Lisa, your patterns. Um, like when do you disconnect from love? When do you stop being willing to sit in compassion? When do you shut down? Um, so can it? Very likely, um, if you both are willing to do the work. And that the timing on it is really a matter of when you're both are ready. Because I can see when Jupiter and Juno sit together, they tend to move on pace. They tend to be ready at the same time. And so it's a very much a situation of if he's not ready, you got to look in the mirror. You're also not ready. Um, and there's something that either the universe is bringing in for you to work on, or there's something operating in the subconscious mind, or there's something going on in your life structurally that makes it impossible for a connection of this magnitude to land. So, can it come together? If you want it to. You guys have really great energy going on here in this chart. Like, I'm looking at this chart and I know twins who would kill to get this kind of setup based on the difficulties they have. It's all what you do with it. Some people are born with, born millionaires and they do nothing with their lives. Other people are born with nothing and they create everything. All what you do with it, Lisa. You can do this. Come on, girl. It's been on and off, but you know what to do. You know, and we're cheering for you. You got this. This can totally come together. I definitely feel like what I just saw is very positive energy, extremely positive energy. Both next year and just at the date and time you connected, completely possible. But I would recommend you get some support looking at the patterns around when you disconnect from that space of love, understanding, and compassion. Because people are going to do what they're going to do, right? We all have our blind spots. He's got his. You want to take a look at when do you allow his blind spots to disconnect you from love? Because that's the kind of stuff that gets in the way when you have Jupiter and Juno sitting together. It's like, oh, I shut down because I got triggered. And then I look at the trigger, it's based on this wound. Oh, that wound, needs a little bit more attention. Got it. That kind of stuff. You can do it. Got this. You work together and you need more time. Make a mistake sandwich. Show him love and forgiveness, assuming he likes steak. Ken. Oh, you just made me hungry. Victoria, my girl, it's your turn, baby. What do you got? Yeah. Lisa, I would say you also want to work with Lee and Sherry as well. I think that they're going to be the right coaches for you. I think you can accelerate a lot of this connection um, by working with Lee and Sherry. So I can't overemphasize how highly I recommend the work that they do around cleaning up connection. Okay. Need to open up. Yeah, and so Lisa, you know what to do, girl. I'm very, very excited for you. Come back and invite us all to the wedding. Um, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Mm. His twin's birthday is, okay, birth time not exact, but around. Do you see union for us in the near future? So I can't predict union, Victoria. I can just say when the energies are favorable. And for me to be able to do that, I would need the date, time, and location when the two of you met. Um, Oh, Kylie, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. So yeah, Victoria, you give me the date, time, and location the two of you met, then we can roll with that. Um, and then Angelita, I think you probably paid like right after I closed the list. Are you even here, Angelita? Because if not, I'll just refund you. Um, Pa, 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 pa. I'm not sure the exact time, exact date when you met. Oh, dang. All right. So in your case, Victoria, uh, okay, cool. Victoria, go ahead and post your question because I'm going to do it right after, and your information. I'm going to do you right after, or Angelita, post your stuff because I'm going to do you, Angelita, right after I do Oswald the Lucky Rabbit here. Victoria, in your case, to answer that kind of question, to get the energies correct, I would need to see your chart and his chart. And I can only do that in a private reading. So email me and we can set up some time. There's a handful of spaces left for private readings before December 15th. And then after that, we're looking at after December 15th, and then into 2020. Okay. But I can answer a different question for you. Because while the stars influence us, they don't control us. So I don't really know when I can show you when it could be favorable for coming together, but that doesn't mean he's gonna do it or that you're gonna be ready or that he's gonna be ready and you're gonna do it, as the case may be. So what's a different question I can answer for you, Victoria? General guidance. All right, let me just look at your chart, Victoria. I'm gonna focus in on you. I'm gonna give you some general guidance. Actually, no, I'm feeling really led to help you understand him. Okay. 130.97. Girl, what is this name you have? It is such a cute little name. He was born in Manila. Time unknown. All right. General guidance. Okay. They're piping in about exactly what I need to talk to you about. Okay. They're telling me I need to tell you why he is the way he is. I don't know what that means to you. Mm. Oh, okay. 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 So a couple of things. This man is erratic. He is hot and cold. Um, it's not his fault. It's funny. Donald Trump has Uranus sitting with his son too, and you see the kind of behavior we get from him. Not to say that he's just like Donald Trump, but it's that kind of like red is blue, yellow is green, and the grass is the sky kind of thing. Like it's just like he lives in a fun house all the time. And he's hot and cold. One minute he's this way, he's like very unpredictable. Um, he's always going to be a little bit unpredictable, and that's his nature. Um, the connection is messy. I'm not surprised. The connection's probably messy because he's a little all over the place, and you probably have reactions to that. That he's all over the place, you probably get into response mode, like you just like react. And no wonder. No wonder. When Uranus sits with the sun, it can make you feel like you just have the experience of the other person being completely irregular. Um, and so the other thing too is that he can sometimes be the when he opens up emotionally or starts talking about his needs, he ends up feeling like he always gets thrown under the bus a little bit, unfortunately. So he may not open up quite a bit. He's also not a very emotional person. With two water placements and all this air, 9 air placements, he thinks about his emotions. He doesn't feel his emotions. And that's also not going to change. Just the way he's built. So there's nothing deficient here, People like him can be very highly productive because they're just not slowed down by emotional duritis. I don't know what that word is. Emotional gunk. They're not slowed down by it. They don't have big, strong emotional reactions to stuff. They are always looking at their emotions as if through a pane of glass, watching these kids play on the playground. Oh, look, that's sadness. Sadness is going over there to dig in the sandbox. While sadness is digging in the sandbox, Happy comes over and plays with the dump truck. That's interesting. That's how his emotions work. Through a pane of glass, he is watching them do stuff like that, and he can't touch them or reach them in certain ways. And so, he's like I said, he's not deficient. That's just how he's built, and it's a true advantage for certain people when they do certain kinds of work. They're built that way because they're meant to have a certain purpose in life. I feel like God made everyone exactly the way they're supposed to be. So, um, he does these erratic things because he's just not emotionally tethered to anything or anyone. You have these big emotional responses, I'm guessing. Um, you have emotional responses to it and you go, oh no. And then he has a thought reaction to your big emotional response. And then the thought reaction gives you another reaction that's emotional. And so you guys ping pong like this is what I'm guessing might be happening. You may also have very little water in your chart, but if it's messy, my guess is you have a lot more water than he does, because the two of you aren't approaching this in the same way. So, that being said, my dear, the best thing you can do um, in this connection is to not make him responsible for your emotions and how you feel. And I know that is kind of a like, I don't make him responsible. Anytime you're walking into his space with your emotions and having a real time emotional response, he's probably going to shut down and do one of those like wild card things in the next 24 to 48 hours or week. Anytime he has an emotional response, he's going to like, and I mean, if you want a clue, just watch Donald Trump. There was a news report today that said, "Oh, like all the world leaders were appear to be gossiping about him at NATO." And they show this clip. Expect crazy cakes in the next 48 hours to 1 week from Donald Trump because he's more of an emotional person. Your twin is just a reactionary thinking person. So the reactionariness can change over time. Thinking about the emotions, that will not. Take your emotions offline. You want to be close to him? Deal with your feelings by yourself. That's the best thing I can say. That is not great relationship advice. But I'm telling you, he's built so different from you, from most people. With that little water in his chart, it'll work better if you feel your feelings, get all your feelings out, and you come to him and you talk to him from a place of intellect. You go to his side of the street and you have a conversation over there. Things will go a lot smoother for you that way. Okay. Uh, uh, that's okay, Angelita. You are my last one tonight, sweetie. Let me go ahead and get your information. Let me look. Angelita, I need information from you to be able to read from you. So you see the way people are posting dates and times for me. I need the date, time, and you may be on a delay. So let me just type this out for you. Your question is, 8/12/83 is your B-Day. Okay, you met on 8/21/19 in Sedona. All right, let's look at that. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. What time was it in Sedona when you guys met? Is your heart in Sedona, Kylie? um, mm, 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 mm. 8/21/19, 4:30. That's a 5-hour hangout, Kylie. Kylie's in Arizona. That's a spiritual place to me. I'm jelly. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Ooh. Well, I can see the two of you when you met immediately saw each other as partnership energy, and Lord have mercy, was the sexual chemistry ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's like the kind of sexual chemistry people write erotic novels about. Jesus. Girl. Oy. Like, this is the kind of sexual chemistry that has two people feel like they cannot breathe sometimes. Like, it takes your breath away. Part of the problem. Yeah. You're pious. Well, girl, you may be pious in the streets, but I can see you a freak in your own private sheets when it comes to him. You can't tell me that's not what's happening. This is one of the sexiest connections I've seen in a very long time. Um, okay, so you feel it, he feels it, everybody feels it. That's exciting. Um, oh, good. You guys are both in fire signs. The only challenge that I really see as I look at this chart, and it's not even a big one, is this first house confluctuation of Saturn, South Node, and Pluto. Oh, I believe you. I totally believe you are probably still a virgin, honey. This is fine. You could be a virgin till you're married, but when thoughts ain't. Um, that's okay. Pray the sex away, girl. Pray the sex away. It's gonna be hard with this one, but you can try. Um, Girl, this is such great physical chemistry. Like, it's ridiculous how good you guys' physical chemistry is. Like, can I have some of this? Can all of us have some of this? Like, we all have amazing physical chemistry with our twins. Jesus, this is off the chain. Um, so the only thing I'm seeing here, like I said, you choose celibacy. That's fine. That's good. That's totally fine. Nobody said you shouldn't. Um, but you guys just have crazy chemistry. Chemistry is really amazing. So Saturn, South Node, Pluto here, first house and ascendant line. What I'm picking up from this has to do with like it's good. It's actually really good that you're celibate, because what you need and what this connection is asking both of you to do with this Saturn sitting so close to the ascendant line is like this has to unfold 100% all above board. Like, it cannot be any of this crazy, messy, out of integrity stuff. Um, because otherwise you two are going to separate and then you're going to come back together and you're going to separate again. If there's things out of alignment and out of integrity. Um, and that's the thing you want to make sure that you're doing, because this connection is actually changing both of you in big ways. It's changing the kind of person you are in the way that it's going to and shift the kind of relationships you have after this. So, um, as a result of changing the kind of person you each are. So I like it. I like we like. Definitely psychic connection here. There's definitely healing communication here. I love that you two laughed your whole way through your first meeting. North Node sits in the seventh house in the sign of Cancer. That's all about emotional vulnerability and partnership. Connection looks solid. Um, oh, he was just honoring the connection. Um, Angelita, like I get it. He was just honoring the connection, but I get it. If he's with somebody else, it's like, no, you clean that up and then you honor the connection. You honor the connection you're in. You honor the connection you want by honoring the connection you're in. I totally get it. So I get why that's the challenge. So, just talk to him about it. Be straight up. Be really honest. Like tell him sometimes the physical chemistry between the two of you takes your breath away. Um, and that if he wants to be with you, he's going to have to put a ring on it or something. Whatever is in integrity for you, be that and do that. Um, yeah, no, I get that. Angelita, don't let a good connection pass you by. This probably is part of being true to yourself. I'd have to see your chart to really understand, and I can't do that here. I would need to do that in a private reading, to understand where you're at and what you're working on. But he could be a part of your current life lessons and not in the I want it, but I'm not meant to have it kind of way, more in the here's something I desire, and the desire is meant to open me up to a new way of being and becoming kind of way. So that's what I would recommend, is that we get in a private reading and we look at this stuff so that you have a better way of understanding how to work with that super incredible sexy chemistry you guys have, because it's nice. That is nice chemistry. Nice chemistry. uh yes, can you feel the love tonight? Not a great singer, so I'm going to stop that. Um, cool. Okay, you're welcome, Angelita. You are so welcome, my love. So if you are interested in getting a reading, a personal reading, you can email me at chrysalismoon@gmail.com. You'll receive an autoresponder that details how to set up a personal reading, where to make your payment, et cetera, et cetera. And in that autoresponder, you double check your spam just in case you missed it. But in that autoresponder, it'll tell you what you get out of a personal reading, what to expect, what kind of information that I need, etc. And then I just kind of respond to people one by one as I can with details about, if they want a book and when. Right now, there's like a few more spots open before December 15th. If you really want to get in here now and look at 2020 and kind of lay out your 2020 roadmap, we can do that. And then after that, I start booking in December 16th through 31st. So I look forward to reading for all of you. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. It was a pleasure to read for you tonight, and I look forward to seeing you guys on YouTube some more. Take great care.